Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei got his sacred gear removed and goes to Naruto Universe Part 2. Before we start, please go support ZykxDragon for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made. There will be some wrong he or she calling here because it's translated, so let me clear this. Issei is a male in this story. Chapter 21 Internal Problems. Team 9 walked to the outskirts of the territory of the Village of the Mist, where a member of the rebellion against the Kage of that village would give them very important information. There was still a day to go before arriving, and that is why they were calm, except for one of the members, which was Niji. He couldn't get out of his head Tenten's farewell with Issei, and that the same man was with his cousin, so he had to talk to Tenten about that relationship. The team decided to rest before starting to run to the village. Guy and Lee wanted to go get water. Tenten and Niji were left alone. Niji took advantage of that to talk to the girl. Niji. Tenten, you know that Issei is with Hinata and Yugito, right? Seriously? Tenten. Yes, why do you ask? Niji. How can you still be with him even after he has more girls? Tenten. I know where this is going and I'll tell you the same thing again. I love Issei and nothing will change that. Niji. And why do you want him? Just because he's the Hokage's son. Tenten. It's much more than that, and I don't know what you're complaining about. You wanted to do the same, you wanted to have Hinata and me as wives, or am I wrong? Niji. No, but I'll just tell you that that pretty boy has nothing special besides being the son of the Hokage, which is why everyone wants to be with him. Aye. Arriving, it's more than that, Niji, you shouldn't underestimate that boy, he's much stronger than you. Lee. Why does Guy-sensei say that? Aye. Throwing a book at Niji, you know what that is, right? Niji. Looking at the book, it's the bingo book, what's it for? Aye. Look at the section of the most dangerous mercenaries. Niji began to flip through the book until he reached the section where Guy told him to look at the most dangerous mercenary, in which everything that was known was summarized on one page, something that surprised Niji when he saw it, since the others had several pages. But something surprised him, and that was that on that page was the photo of Issei. Only in this one, his eyes were red and slanted, so he began to read. Name unknown. Nickname. Blood-soaked fox. Ninjutsu level. Unknown. 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 Information. A mercenary who came out of nowhere. He is an S-rank mercenary, since all the criminals and ninjas he has faced have died, which is why his level of ninja skills is unknown. This mercenary travels with 7 other people who are also dangerous. If you meet him, it is better not to get in his way. If you are his victim, it is better to leave it said where you want his remains to be left, although it is very likely that not even that remains of his body. Upon reading this, the 3 genin were in shock. Tenten, because she had a boyfriend who was very powerful, something she liked, although she had never seen him fight in Kenjutsu. It was clear that she would ask him to train her so that she could seduce him and have hex. On the one hand, Lee was amazed that someone of that fame was of genin rank, at least he would be a high chunin or even jounin, but something inside him. Niji was a little scared since he had seen how the leader of the Hyuga clan had ended up, and that was already a lot, but he still thought he was a boy with nothing special, but now he was more than angry with him. Aye. With this, it is clear that this boy is very strong like his brother. I doubt that his girls are at his level, but rest assured that they are also strong. Tenten. Yes, Yugito is very good at Taijutsu as far as Issei had trained her, and also a little in Fuinjutsu, but I don't know about that. Aye. Yes, that is not a surprise since the Uzumaki clan is recognized for their skills in all branches of ninja techniques, so they should be good too. Lee. Now more than ever I want to fight. Issei excited. Aye. Okay team, it's time to run to get there as soon as possible, let's go. Team 9 began to run towards the outskirts of the fog village where they would have to collect information. With Team 8. The girls from Team 8 were arriving at the village. They had to help, it was already late as the sun was beginning to set. Upon reaching the village gates, they could see that there was no one in the streets. They walked through the same streets and did not find a soul. After a few minutes they arrived at what looked like a hospital, and upon entering they saw many sick people who were there. There were so many that they were even in the hallways. At that moment a nurse approached them. Nurse. You are the support team that Kano has sent, right? Kurenai. Yes, we are Team 8 and we are here to help you in any way we can. Nurse. Good, because as you can see we need a lot of hands. Kurenai. Girls, go with the instructors. I'll go see the mayor to inform him of our arrival. Sakura. Sensei, do you think these people will get better with our help? Worried. Kurenai. Why do you doubt it, Sakura? The cane. Unlike us, she couldn't learn much from Naruto because it was difficult for her due to her low chakra. Kurenai. I see, but don't worry Sakura, have faith and show your boyfriend what you are capable of. Ino. Yes Sakura, after all we must make Naruto proud as his future wives. Sakura. They are right, I will show them that I am worthy of carrying the surname Nemicus excited. The cane. That's how you talk Sakura, now let's go. The three girls went with an instructor. The curious thing was that of the three instructors, only one was a man since according to medicine it was more for women, since they tend to have better chakra control unlike men. Each girl learned more and more, although a good part of them already knew it, thanks to Naruto for teaching Issei, because he had trained with Rin in this art. The three of them were surprised by the state of all those people. Some had serious infections, advanced deadly diseases, some were poisoned by rotten food, dehydrated, and they couldn't cope with them all, until the cane came up with something. The cane took a scroll out of her pocket, unrolled it, and saw that there was a seal on it, and so she put a little chakra, and more than 50 Naruto clones appeared with some yellow masks. CLONE1. A cane-sama, what did you spend the scroll for? The cane. We are on a support mission, but there are many people to attend to, and if we don't do it quickly they could die. CLONE1. Well then we will help him, all of you separate and help all the sick people you can, now. The 50 clones separated and began to help the sick, without a doubt now maybe everything would be fine. In Konoha. In a small house there was a special couple, this was Abido and Conan, who were naked in their bed, hugging each other. Abido. Tell me something Conan, why did you decide to come with me and abandon your brother? Turning to see his girlfriend. Conan. Wow, I didn't think you would ask me that one day, but it's okay. It's just that he changed his ideals a lot since what happened with Yahiko, so I don't know, but when I met you I felt attracted to you even though I'm older than you. Abido. Come on, 8 years is nothing, and you're still very hexy getting on top of her. Conan. And do you think everyone thinks that? Abido. I don't care what others think penetrating Conan I only want you for myself, so forget about the others. Conan Abido you are so abrupt. Abido started having hex with Kona in a way that you would think would be inhumane, but it almost doesn't matter anymore. In Konoha Hospital. Rin was in the doctor's office at the base because for several days she had been vomiting and dizzy, so to make sure everything was okay, she saw a doctor, although she could do it herself, the best thing would be to go to the hospital. The doctor came in with some papers and sat at his desk with Rin in front of him. Doc. Well tell me Mrs. Haddock, you have an active hex life, right? In Rin's head, images of her and Kakashi in different positions naked while she was being penetrated passed through, but they did it not only in her bed, but also in the kitchen, bathroom, living room, entrance, in the alleys, restaurants, on missions, while they walked through the streets, on her roof, in short, they did have hex without any control. Rin. This why yes, that's right, I have a husband who is a ninja, so every time he has time we do it blushes. Doc. Well, let me congratulate you, you are well. Rin. Phew. Doc. She's fine but very pregnant, she's probably a week pregnant. Rin was blank, a baby. A child of her and Kakashi, the baby she dreamed of having with the man she loved since she was a little genin was now a reality. Rin. Are you sure doctor? Doc. Yes, I'm 100% sure, so the best thing would be for him to take some time off from ninja missions, giving him a role. Rin. Taking the paper sure doctor thanks. Rin left the hospital and headed home to rest. Upon entering, the first thing she saw was her photo from when they were married. She saw a smile on her face and caressed her stomach. Rin. A son, huh? You don't know how much I've waited for this little one. I'm sure your dad will be very happy to know that you're on the way. Rin cried, but from happiness knowing that he would now start a family, without knowing that that might not be all that good. In the village of the wave the next day. Naruto checked his sensei and Sasuke, but he didn't know much about poison, and that would surely be dangerous, and only one idea occurred to him, so he went down to the first floor to see his partner Shikamaru. Shikamaru. So, will they recover? Naruto. Unfortunately I know almost nothing about poison since when I was with my brother he was the one who focused on that, so the best thing would be to call him, he is the best I know in this branch. Shikamaru. That would be a problem if your brother wasn't away on a mission. Naruto. It's no problem, I'll take care of it. Naruto bit his finger and made some hand seals and touched the ground, a summoning seal was formed on the ground, and after a burst of smoke a small grey fox named Dem appeared. Dem? At your service Naruto-sama. Naruto. I want you to go and find my brother and ask him to come, since I need his help with the poison. Dem? But wouldn't it be better if I spoke to one of our poison specialists? Naruto. They are in Issei's section. Ooh I see, well I'll go look for him, I'm leaving. The fox disappeared in a burst of smoke and Naruto went to eat in the kitchen. Haha I'm Tenten. Neji is very annoying although I have no resentment towards Asia, he has his reasons for being like that. In the next chapter support. In the DxD dimension. All the leaders were gathered together as they were now looking for a way to bring Issei back, since what happened with Jin the Chaos Brigade had attacked, and as much as they had tried to find someone who could use the booster gear, but no one could use it. Surziches. Well, does anyone have an idea of what to call Issei? Azazel. According to what I have investigated, the booster gear has a connection with the souls of its exporters, but the only way is for someone to use it and look for it. Michael. Have you tried it with Riaz yet? Surziches. With Riaz. Michael. Yes, because if you remember, she was united with a fragment of the booster gear, and maybe that way she can use it. Azazel. It would be good to try. In Gremory Castle. Riaz was crying in her room, remembering everything that had happened with Issei, and could only lament, and to support her Akeno had entered. Akeno. Riaz looking at a tray with food. You haven't eaten anything. Riaz. I'm not hungry Akeno, leave me alone. Akeno. I understand how you feel Riaz, but you should stop complaining. Riaz. Do you know how I feel? You have no idea what it feels like to have all your acquaintances turn their backs on you, to have your peerage abandon you, to have your parents reject you, to have people call you a hitch, a bore, a lut, and other things. Angry, crying. Akeno didn't say anything and just hugged her while she also cried. Chapter 22 Support. Meanwhile in the waterfall village. Team 11 was in Shibuki's office with Minato and Fu. Enko. Well, why has Hokage-sama called us? Minato. First of all, I want to inform you that this girl named Fu will join the ranks of Konoha, surprising everyone. Issei. Are you saying that he will go with us? Happy. Minato. That's right, since Shibuki asked for that, Fu will go with us. Fu. Why? Do you want me to leave your side too? Sad. Shibuki stood up and hugged Fu as she cried just like him. Shibuki. Not at all Fu, I'm doing this so that you're safe. You know very well that in this village they don't want you except for me, who for me is the daughter I never had, and that's why I want you to go to Konoha, because you'll be safer there, she said while crying. Issei. And leaving the sad things aside, what's the other reason they called us? Minato. The Dark Leaves have a surprise mission. I planned for you to stay, but this is more urgent. Enko. What is the mission? Minato. They have to go to the Wave Village and kill a certain Gato. He is a criminal who has taken over that village, and as far as we know he has hired several mercenaries, so the best thing would be to get rid of him. Shibuki. And this way it would be your first mission as a shinobi of the leaf, Fu. Fu. So I'll join your team? A little happy. Minato. It will be temporary since the teams have just been formed, but as soon as more genins appear, you will be integrated into a team. Minato took out a ninja band from the leaf and gave it to Fu, and she took it and took off hers to give it to Shibuki. Shibuki. Keep it as a souvenir from your village, smiling. Fu. Thanks. Issei took out a white mask from his backpack and put it on Fu, surprising her. Issei. This mask is so they know that you are part of the special assassination team under direct orders of the Hokage, so from now on, your mission will be to protect the village. You are not asked to die to protect it, but to try to live to fight, and thus protect it. Fu lifted his mask to put it on properly and nodded. Enko. Okay guys, go put on your new uniform. Tianta. New uniform? Ki. It's the special uniform that Hokage-sama told us about, isn't it? Minato. Yes, this uniform would be like that of an ambu. Since I am a special team, why not give them a special uniform? Team 11 smiled and went to their hotel to get ready. Fu entered his apartment with Issei, since he had sent a clone for his things, and to bring him his uniform. Upon entering he could see that the apartment looked like the one he had when they were children. Issei. This place reminds me of my house when I was a child. Seriously. Fu. Why do you say that? Issei. Because the village hated us, we didn't have many things. My brother and I built our own furniture, so we didn't have much more than 2 beds, a table, 2 chairs, and a piece of furniture. Fu. And now, how do you live? With sadness. Issei. It's much better since I live with my parents now. Issei noticed how Fu became sad upon hearing those words. Issei. Tell me Fu, did you meet your parents? Fu. Yes, I met them and lived happily with them, but they lost their lives after the attack of the 7 Tails, since they were injured and did not survive, so I was left an orphan and… Fu had started to cry, but something collided with her lips, and they were Issei's lips. She let herself go, and they kissed for a couple of minutes until Issei separated from her. Issei. I know it's painful for you, so don't remember it anymore, understood? Fu. Yes. Issei. Well, seeing how the clone entered the room, then change so we can go fulfill the mission. Fu. Sure, give me a couple of minutes. At the gate of the village of Lola. Team 11 was ready to go. Enko. Okay, Hokage-sama, we're going to complete the mission. Minato. Good luck, son, take care of yourself. I don't want your mom to kill me. Issei. Sure dad, we're going. In a puff of smoke a gray fox appeared. Issei. Damn. What are you doing here? Naruto-sama sent me to you because it seems that he urgently needs help with a poison. Minato. Something must have happened, go quickly. Issei. Fu, can you keep up with us? Fu. Of course, I have good stamina. Yugito. Matabi, she's also a Jinchuriki, right? Matabi. That's right, kitten, but it seems she still doesn't have contact with her Bijuu. Yugito. Well, we have to be alert. Matabi. Sure. The entire team began to run with everything they had except for Issei, since he had to wait for the girls. At that rate, it would take them between 4 or 5 hours. Meanwhile with Team 8. The girls arrived at their hotel completely tired since they spent the whole night helping everyone, and fortunately everyone was already stable. I didn't think this would be so tiring lying down on the bed. The cane. Yes, I'm dead, I just want to sleep lying down next to Ino. Sakura. Kurenai-sensei told us that we had 5 hours of rest, so we had to sleep laying down in the middle of the other two. After a while Kurenai appeared in the room and saw how the 3 girls hugged each other while they slept. Kurenai. And to think that these girls are the same girls I met a few years ago and that they became friends with a cane so quickly is surprising. Kurenai just covered the girls with a blanket and left the room leaving the girls sleeping. With Team 9. It was already night and Team 9 had already arrived at the meeting point that was indicated to them. They silently stayed at the top of a tree, waiting for the informant to appear. Niji. Guy-sensei, is this where we would meet the informant? Wasn't it on the outskirts of the Mist Village? That's right, but we're still halfway there, but this is a point in the middle of both villages, a perfect place to give the information. Niji activated his Byakugan to find the informant and he found him, but not only him, but he also saw 3 other people. Niji. Guy-sensei located the informant, but 3 others are also coming. That's not good, if it gets ugly this mission can be A rank. Tenten. What are we doing? Okay, Tenten, stay here and support us from a distance, Lee and Niji come with me, we'll take care of them directly. The 3 ninjas jumped to face the informant who recognized them. Ed informed. You are from Konoha, right? That's right, they're coming with you. Looking at the ninjas who stood right in front of them holding kunes. Informant. Yes, but they are not allies. Anan. Hand over the informant and you won't get hurt. Guys, let's go. The 3 of them launched into the attack. Guy almost immediately hit a ninja in the face, then hit his arm, breaking it, then he hit his torso very quickly, breaking his ribs and causing one to puncture a lung, filling it with liquid, causing him to die. Lee fought the ninja, but the latter was about to stab him in the torso with a kunai, but Lee held him by cutting off his own hand and quickly hit his throat, making it difficult for him to breathe, but he didn't stop there as he knocked him out with one blow. Niji using his Byakugan hit the chakra points closing it and the ninja fell unconscious, but none of them noticed that another ninja came out from under the ground behind the informant, trying to kill him with a katana, but before he could do it a kunai hit him in the head, killing him immediately. The 4 turned to see this surprised. That was close, thanks Tenten approaching the informant. Tenten. Falling next to Lee. You're welcome sensei, Lee show me your hand. Lee showed him his hand and saw that he had a cut on his palm, but nothing serious. Tenten. Taking a first aid kit out of a scroll. Don't worry, I'll just disinfect it and put a bandage on you. Lee. Watching how Tenten healed him. Where did you learn this? Tenten. Issei taught me, he only showed me the basics since he said that I should not only specialize in attacks with ninja weapons, so he will show me medical ninjutsu. Finishing healing Lee. Wow, so that kid also knows medical ninjutsu, his flames sure burn striking a pose. Lee. I'm dying to fight him. Excited. Niji just listened to everything in silence as he was more angry. Well, it's time for you to give us the information and go home. Informant. Of course, handing him 2 scrolls and these scrolls is very important information that must be delivered to the Hokage, touching Guy's shoulder. It will be like that, don't worry, let's go team, now we have to go to the waterfall village. Tenten. Yes, I already want to see Issei. Excited. With Team 11. Even at night, Team 11 jumped from branch to branch through the forest at a good speed, but the curious thing was that the girls were carried by Issei clones, since it would be faster that way. Fu. How long will it take us to get to the wave village? Enko. At this rate tomorrow afternoon. Issei, are you sure you can hold on? Yugito. Don't worry, he can run for days without stopping. Hinata. With the Byakugan activated. Issei, I see several bandits ahead, it seems they want to ambush us. Issei. Calm down, hey Kopo, calling the tiger to appear next to Issei. Kopo, take care of those bandits, I detect their chakra and there shouldn't be more than 6 of them, can you? The tiger just nodded and deviated from the path in the direction of the bandits' location. The team only heard how the man screamed in pain and how the tiger growled as it attacked the guys. After a few minutes the tiger appeared next to Issei with blood stains on its mouth. Issei. Well, it seems that the matter was taken care of correctly, let's continue accelerating the pace. Meanwhile in the Wave Village. Naruto had met Izuna's daughter, a beautiful woman named Tsunami. She had long black hair, a good body at 29 years old, she was beautiful, and for some reason the woman spent her time next to Naruto even now that they were on the roof of the house looking at the sky. Tsunami. The night sky is beautiful, isn't it? Naruto. Yes, it is very reassuring to see it. Tsunami. Hey Naruto, can I ask you a question? Naruto. Sure, you can ask anything. Tsunami. Do you have a girlfriend? Blushing. Naruto. Surprised this how to say it. Tsunami. Oh no, calm down, if you don't want to tell me, no problem. Naruto. It's not that, it's a little complicated since, yes, I have a girlfriend, but not just one, I have 3. Tsunami. Why you have 3 girlfriends? Naruto. Yes, it's because I'm in the clan restoration law and because of that I can pair up with more than 2 girls. Tsunami. I see, and all 3 are the same age as you? Naruto. Yes, but there are 2 other girls that I'm interested in, but they're older than me, so I'm not sure if they feel the same way I do. Tsunami. And if it's not indiscreet, who are those girls? Approaching Naruto. Naruto. I'll be honest with you Tsunami, I feel Asian attraction to you, but I don't know if it would be more than that. Blushes. Tsunami. Blushing and surprised. Me. But I'm much older than you and I have a son, so why would you feel that way about me? Naruto. I don't know, I feel warm, happy and calm when I'm with you, that's why I would love for you to let me get to know you better and try to achieve something with you. Tsunami. If you feel that way, I would also like to get to know you better. Smiling. Naruto. You make me very happy Tsunami, thank you. Hugging her. Tsunami. Good, why don't we go to dinner? You must be hungry. Naruto. Sure, let's go. The 2 went down to the kitchen and Tsunami went in to cook while Naruto sat on the couch watching Shikamaru sleep in front of him, and then the door opened and a 9-year-old boy was seen entering with a serious face. That boy was Inari, Tsunami's son and Izuna's grandson. The boy entered and saw Naruto. Inari. So you're the ninjas my grandfather hired, right? Naruto. That's right, you're Tsunami's son, right? Inari. Yes, I don't even know why you're here, you just come to die. The boy passed Naruto and went up to his room, leaving a serious Naruto who did not understand why the boy was acting like that, but he left him aside and sat at the table when he saw the woman appear with a plate of food. The next day in the same place during the afternoon. Naruto was talking to Shikamaru about how to improve his jutsus until he heard a knock on the door. Naruto stood up and opened the door, meeting Team 11. Naruto. Holding on to one side so they could pass. Wow, they sure took a while. Issei. I'm sorry but I was far away. Naruto. Don't worry because you won't see Kakashi-sensei and Sasuke going up the stairs. Issei. Okay girls, stay here, help with whatever you can and rest soon. The 4 girls nodded and watched as Issei followed his brother to the 2nd floor to see his classmates. Issei walked and entered the room where the 2 unconscious men were. Issei. Approaching the 2, tell me how they were poisoned. Naruto. They hit them with sembos in the neck. Issei. Well, that will complicate things. Issei bit his finger and made a couple of seals and a small orange fox and a black cobra appeared. The fox was called Q and the cobra Blay. Both. As you command Issei-sama. Issei. I need your support to know what type of poison they administered to them and to find an antidote. Blay. I'll take care of the poison. The cobra bit Kakashi's arm and sucked some blood and on the ground appeared a scroll with a seal. There it spat out the blood and it turned a yellow color. Issei. And what kind of poison is it? Blay. It is a poison that attacks the chakra channels and the brain. If we do not do something quickly, they can die. Q. Maybe it is poison from the fog ambus, since their poison is not to paralyze, but to kill something rare, since commonly the poison of the ambus is used to immobilize. Issei. And is there a cure? Q. Sure, but I need your help. Issei. Sure, let's do it. The fox took out a parchment and from it he took out some herbs and a container where he put several species of herbs and ground them to mix them with a little water. Q. Well Issei, I need you to give him some of Kurama-sama's chakra so that his chakra channels open and he wakes up faster. Issei. Sure. Issei put his hands on Kakashi's head and began to pass chakra to him while Kage gave him the herbal mixture to drink and then they did the same with Sasuke. K. Well, with that they will improve very quickly. Issei. Thanks guys, you can leave. The 2 summons disappeared in smoke. Issei. Well brother, why are we going to eat? I am Shikamaru. This is a problem, but I'm glad that Team 11 came to help us. Now I hope everything goes well. In the next chapter of Fallen Demon. Chapter 23 of Fallen Demon. Both brothers went down the stairs and noticed that the girls from Team 11 were helping Tsunami make breakfast, which made them both smile. The girl served a plate to each one and sat at the table, then Inari entered through the main door. Inari. Why have more of you come? Don't you understand that you're only going to die? Issei. Why do you talk like that, brat? We are Konoha ninjas with a mission of helping you and your village. Inari. If you don't know what it's like to suffer what we suffered, you're just arrogant with your strength, you live in luxury, you don't know what ugh. Issei had hit him in the stomach, drawing blood, and then grabbed him by the shirt and lifted him up, activating his Sharingan. Issei. You better not talk like that again, you're not the only one who has suffered, brat, many people have lost everything, we grew up without parents being hated by people being weak, you don't know how many people I've seen die, innocent men, women, children and the elderly. You don't know what it's like to suffer, people like you disgust me. Dropping it. Hinata, help him, I think I broke a couple of his ribs, I'll go get information on where Gato is by leaving the house. Enko. Wow, I've never seen him like that, he seems angry, surprised. Gato. For him, his past is a delicate subject, supporting Hinata who helped the boy. Naruto. That's right, all of that makes us remember our childhood, but he's right. Turning to see Inari, we're not the only ones who suffer, that's why you shouldn't be like that approaching him, you should know that even if you suffer, you should always overcome yourself without letting anything stop you. Ruffling the boy's hair, he may be a little rough, but he's kind. Hinata finished healing Inari, and he ran off to his room on the second floor. Anko and the others without the mask went out to look for Issei. With Issei. He walked through the streets, noticing that there was a lot of poverty in the town, the stores were empty, there were many dirty children, and it was noticeable that he had not eaten in days. He noticed that in a store there were apples, a watermelon, strawberries, grapes and cherries. He took one of each, he took the whole watermelon, and with a kunai, he cut the fruit to remove the seeds. He made several clones and gave them a seed, these were spread throughout the village to bury the seeds, and all at the same time they made hand seals. Issei. Wood ninja art. Rebirth of new life. Then fruits began to grow everywhere, causing people to start taking them to eat, others to save them. He saw many children take the fruits and start eating them. They approached him to thank him, but something caught his attention. A girl with brown hair and green eyes approached him to offer him a strawberry, and Issei took it with pleasure. Issei. Thanks little one, but shouldn't you eat it? I thought you might like to try the first strawberry shy. Issei. Thank you, and what is your name? But before the girl spoke, another girl screamed. Girl. She is the orphan of the mud. Ahahahaha. All the children around started laughing at her. The girl who had shouted that felt something cold on her cheek that was cutting her. She turned to look and noticed that it was a kunai in the hand of a black-haired woman. Enko. What a dirty mouth you have, girl, tasting the blood on her cheek. You have a good taste, you know. Making a snake come out of the collar of her trench coat. Maybe my pet would like to try you, what do you say? Making the girl turn white. Issei. Anko, leave her alone, and girl, don't say that again, and what was your name? Looking at the little girl. My name is Irie. Looking at the ground. Issei. How old are you? Irie. I'm 9. Issei. Are you an orphan? She nods. Do you know who your parents are? She denies. Come show me the village, okay? Extending her hand. The girl agreed to go with him while the girls followed him, watching as he lived with a little girl. He showed her the entire village. They stopped at a clothing store. Issei told the lady that she will take the girl's measurements for a dress. The girl refused, but Yugito convinced her. Hinata chose the dress, they paid for it and left. They got ninja sandals for her and went to Tezuna's house so that the girl could take a bath, while Issei talked to Naruto and a newly awakened Kakashi, who planned how to look for Zabuza and Gato. As they were talking, they heard footsteps approaching them and turned around only to see a beautiful girl in a navy blue dress, ninja sandals, with a ponytail and a black necklace. Irie. How do I look? Issei. You look beautiful, little one, caressing the girl's head. I wanted to ask you something. Irie. Which one? Issei. Would you like me to adopt you? Irie. Ami. Issei. Of course, I don't want anyone to treat you badly again, so I'll adopt you, what do you say? Irie. Yes, I would love to. Crying. Irie cried because she had finally found a family and someone to protect her. Issei just approached her and hugged her. He knew what it was like to grow up without a family, and although he now had his parents, it wasn't always like this. That's why he would give this girl a new life, because there was something that told him that this girl had something special. Inari went down the stairs and looked at the girl who had stopped hugging Issei. The boy blushed when he saw the girl, which bothered Issei, and he hugged the girl. Issei. No, don't even think about a kid, she's too little. Paternal instincts activated. Key. Come on, Mr. Dad, don't start spoiling the girl too much, she's going to get married at some point. Issei. Yes, but until I die. Everyone started laughing at Issei, who only had a serious look. The next day. Kakashi and Anko agreed to train their team and everyone went to the forest except Issei, who stayed holding something special. Issei was at the kitchen table, he was surrounded by scrolls. Blay and Q were with him. Blay. Do you think you'll find that seal of liberation? Issei. While Anko was sleeping I checked her seal and I found it curious since she had a tracking seal, a control seal, a chakra absorption seal, and apparently she also had a bit of the soul of the guy who put that thing on her. K. With that, the seal becomes stronger, preventing it from being released. Issei. That's right, I think he should release seal by seal, the only problem is the control seal, that's the one that causes him pain. K. You have to find a way to do it right because if not she could die. Issei. That's right, I'll keep investigating. Issei continued with his thing until he heard some small steps that were from the girl who was now his daughter. Irie. What are you doing, Dad? Issei. Work, why? Irie. What are these things? Looking at the scrolls. Issei. It's called Fuinjutsu, are you interested? Irie. Yes, it looks fun. Issei. Well, to learn you must know how to control your chakra. Irie. Anko already explained that to me yesterday and I think I already learned a little. Issei. Really? Teach me. Irie grabbed a sheet of paper and stuck it on her forehead. She held it so tightly that she started to sweat until she dropped it. Irie. How are you? Issei. Incredible, if you keep going like this you'll soon be able to learn this happy. The girl gave him a smile and Issei did too, but suddenly that smile changed when he received information from one of the clones he sent to explore. Days later. It had already been 6 days since they were in that village and Issei had told them the information he had found. Anko. So you already found the cat's den. Issei. That's right, the best thing would be to go today while it's still daylight, kill him and go for Zabuza. Kakashi. Well, go, we have to take care of Tazuna, we'll go to the bridge and you go to Gato's lair, kill him and we'll see you at the bridge. Everyone attended and prepared themselves and before leaving Irie said goodbye with a big hug to her father Issei. Team 11 jumped from branch to branch and had already run about 3 kilometers, they were already close. Issei. Hinata, use your Byakugan and check how much is left. Hinata activated her Taijutsu and looked at a big house. Hinata. They are 434 meters away, there are about 27 people inside, none with shinobi chakra. Anko. So there must be only bandits. Issei. That's right, this is what we'll do. At the entrance of the den there were 3 men guarding, they heard that something was going on nearby. BG1. Hey, go see what's going on. BG3 and why me? BG2. Because if you don't go I'm going to kick your ass, now go. The bandit only walked towards the thick forest, the others just continued with their thing until they saw how their friend had been thrown towards them, he crashed into the big door and his companions approached to see him and suddenly. Boom. The guy had been blown to pieces taking the door with him, the other bandits were alerted and only saw how hundreds of Issei clones ran towards them, killing every enemy that crossed their path, while Team 11 entered through the main door to go to what must have been Gato's office, upon entering they only found one bandit. Anko. Where's Gato? Taking out a snake. He. Don't do anything to me, I just know that he was going to go to the village to make sure that Zabuza complied with what he was asked and that he was going to kidnap the builder's daughter to force him to abandon the bridge. Issei hearing that opened his eyes and ran out of the place with his team behind him. On bridge. Azuna was working with his people and some Naruto clones, while Kakashi, Sasuke and Shikamaru protected them, then a thick fog appeared alerting everyone, the workers ran away leaving the place, Team 7 protected Tazuna, and out of nowhere, Zabuza appeared with the ambu that had protected him previously. Kakashi. So you're ready to die, Zabuza? Zabuza. Haha, that's kind of funny coming from you. Naruto. So it was you, or am I wrong, Haku? The ambu was only surprised and took off the white mask he was wearing, revealing a delicate girl's face that made her look attractive. Haku. How did you know it was me? Naruto. Never forgot a chakra. Flashback. Naruto had stayed outside sleeping in the forest as it reminded him of when he trained with his master. Then he was going to be woken up by a girl who had been staring at him, he woke up out of nowhere scaring her. Naruto. Who are you? I'm Haku, why were you sleeping here? Naruto. I feel that it is very comfortable. Haku. I see, okay, I'm leaving. Naruto. Wait, what are you doing here? Haku. I was collecting healing herbs. Naruto. Do you need a hand? Haku. Sure. End of flashback. Haku. I'm sorry we have to meet again like this. Kakashi. Let's put this aside, Zabuza, I'm going for your head. Zabuza. I'll wait for you. At Tizuna's house. Tsunami was cooking and was accompanied by Irie, whom she was teaching how to cook. When they least expect it, the door is destroyed by two bandits. B1. So you're the builder's daughter, looks like we can have fun. The two bandits began to approach them. Irie. Standing in front of Tsunami, I won't let them get close to her. B2, get out of here, brat, if you don't want to die. Irie. I won't do it. One of the bandits hit her in the face, causing her to fall to the ground, but the girl got up again. Now the other one hit her in the stomach, the girl only spat out blood. Tsunami, leave her alone. The two bandits began to kick the girl who was lying on the ground. When they stopped kicking her, they were going to catch Tsunami, but Irie grabbed one of them by the foot. B1. Damn, brat, better die. The bandit buried his katana in the girl's stomach, but at the entrance Issei had seen that horrible scene. He could not believe it, his daughter, the girl he had rescued, who gave him quality smiles and hugs. Issei just appeared in front of the bandits, lifted them into the air and hit the two of them, taking them out of the house to create a clone that chased them, while the original approached the dying girl. Issei. Kurama, we have to do something. Kurama-1. I know what you have to do, just do what I'm going to tell you, if it turns out well, you will survive. Issei. What are you going to do? Kurama-1. You will give him a part of my chakra to heal him. Issei. So, she's going to be like a Jinchuriki. Kurama-1. No, since my chakra will combine with his, and I also want you to give him your blood so he can withstand it. Issei nodded, he opened her dress where she had been stabbed to see the wound, he cut his wrist and began to pour his blood into the wound, then he made a couple of hand seals, put both hands on the girl's stomach, and began to flow Kurama's chakra towards the girl, which was covered by a red chakra cloak. She was like that for a couple of minutes until the girl's wound disappeared, but her hair turned a little reddish, she opened her eyes, and one of them turned black, two mustaches appeared on her cheeks, giving a resemblance to Issei. Issei. Anko takes Irie to bed, Hinata checks that she has no more injuries, Ki stays to take care of Tsunami, Yugito and Fu come with me. The three of them left the house heading towards the bridge. With Team 7. Naruto was fighting clones of Zabuza and Haku, Kakashi was fighting the real Zabuza, while Sasuke and Shikamaru were fighting the real Haku. They were both in trouble because they had been trapped with ice mirrors, while Haku was throwing sembos at them, they were badly injured, and Naruto couldn't help them, because the clones prevented him from doing so. Sasuke. Damn it, we have to escape before that woman kills us. Rasengan. The Rasengan had hit a mirror, breaking it into pieces, thus leaving them free. Haku? But what? Issei appeared, clearing the fog. Issei. It seems that they didn't want me to play, didn't they? Zabuza. I can't keep fighting anymore, I'm about to die, and my illness doesn't help. Zabuza looked seriously at the Konoha ninjas, he was already very injured, tired, and his illness was killing him little by little. Kakashi took advantage of the fact that he was distracted, he issued a Chidori and launched himself to kill him, but someone got in the way, Haku got in the way of the attack hoping to die, but he didn't feel anything since Issei had sustained Kakashi's attack. Kakashi. What are you doing, Issei? Issei just let go of Kakashi's arm so that they both turned to look back, Haku was holding Zabuza who was dying. Haku. Please hold on, I'll help you, crying. Zabuza. You know I didn't have much time left, Haku. Naruto approached both of them. Naruto. What's wrong with him? Zabuza. My blood was killing me, I thought I would last a couple more months, but that wasn't the case. Haku. Don't die, if you do I'll be alone again, I don't want to be alone, crying. Zabuza. You won't be alone, he will protect you, looking at Naruto, right? Naruto. Of course, if it is your last will, I will do it. Zabuza, thank you. Zabuza was dead. Haku just cried while everyone watched that scene sadly but was interrupted by someone. Wow, it seems that useless guy didn't finish what I asked him for. Issei. So here you were, damn cat. Hat. Were you looking for me? Why? Enko. Appearing behind Issei, we have the mission to kill you. Hat. Ha, do you think you can fight me? About 200 more bandits appeared behind him. I will kill you and your companions to keep the treasures. Issei. Anko, I'll take care of that bastard. Enko, have fun, honey, kissing her cheek. Issei walked towards them, and when he was 100 meters away from them he made an invocation. In front of them appeared a bow more than 8 meters high and 36 meters long called Kraish, scaring the bandits. Kraish. At your service, comrade. Issei. Kill all the bandits, only leave the dwarf alive. Kopo also plays a little. The tiger that had appeared on top of the snake jumped towards the bandits just like Kraish. They killed them all, leaving large blood stains and some pieces of human flesh. Cat, who was the only one left, was very scared. Pat. Please forgive me for the og. Issei had made a couple of seals and then with one of his short katanas, he had pierced him. Issei. You will be a sacrifice for Shinigami-sama, sacrificial summon. Shinigami. The image of Shinigami appeared behind him, one of his arms grabbed him by the head, taking out his soul. Enko. What did you do, Issei? Issei. I gave his soul to the Shinigami, well I think that would be all. The people of the village appeared to celebrate that Gato's government had disappeared. 3 days later. During the 3 days Irie woke up, which made Issei happy. With the help of Issei and Naruto they finished building the bridge. Tsunami spent more time with Naruto, making him fall in love. It was time for him to leave, and everyone was waiting to say goodbye. Tsunami. Will you come see me? Naruto. I'll try, but you can go, we'll make a trade alliance. Hizuna. That sounds good. Issei. Brother, it's time to go. Naruto. Sure, goodbye everyone. Both teams started walking, but Tsunami before Naruto left grabbed Naruto and kissed him, now he walked very blushed. Hizuna. Well, it's time to go. Inari. Grandpa, wouldn't it be nice if we gave the bridge a name? Tsunami. It seems like a good idea. Hizuna. What do you think of the Uzumaki brothers' Great Bridge? All the people accepted that name and went to their homes. All Team 11 and 7 walked calmly. Kakashi read his Ichiba, Fu talked to the Ichijo brothers, Naruto talked to Shikamaru, Yugito, Anko, Hinata, and Issei had fun with Irie, who was on Issei's shoulders. Hi, I'm Irie. My dad saved my life, gave me a new home and I'm happy, now we're going to Konoha. I'm looking forward to meeting my grandparents. In the next chapter. The Legacy of the Princess. Chapter 24 The Legacy of the Princess. Uzunagakure. Kushina and Mio had arrived at the village and immediately went to the cage tower. She watched as her mother wore her cape and hat that distinguished her as the Uzukage. People only bowed when they saw her. Upon reaching the tower they began to climb the stairs until they reached the top floor, then they found the secretary Irie. Irie. Standing up to bow. Nice to see you again, Uzukage-sama. Kushina. My son was right, it won't go away from you. Irie. Embarrassed. I'm sorry. Kushina. Calm down, did you call them? Yuna. That's right, it shouldn't take long. Kushina. Okay, when you arrive, come to my office. Kushina and Mio entered the Uzukage's office, from where they were they could see the entire village that was slowly growing. Mine. This place is beautiful, Mom. Kushina. Yes, and to think that all this was built by your brothers. Mine. Really? Kushina. That's right, Issei will be the next Uzukage. Mine. My brothers are amazing. Happy. Kushina. That's right, daughter, I'm glad they are good kids. Irie. Knocking on the door. They are here. Kushina. Let them pass. The door opened, letting in 6 very beautiful girls who belonged to 2 different teams. Team 1. Team 2. All. Here we are, Uzukage-sama. Mine. Who are you, Mom? Kushina. They are your brother's former students. Mine. Former students. Sayori. That's right, Naruto trained us. Aimi. Now we are Issei. Kushina. I called them because I will help them train for a while. Aiko. Not for nothing, but why? Kushina. You see, in 3 weeks the Chunin exams will be held in Konoha, and because our village is your ally we must attend, and you are the only 2 teams that pass to be on a genin team, so you will attend with me. Hikari. So that's why you'll train us. Mine. And me too, Mom. Kushina. That's right, daughter, your brother Issei asked me that for the moment I will help you train, and that he and Naruto would do it in their free time. Mine. That's amazing, Mom. Kushina. That's right, girls get ready, we'll go to the training camp, follow me. All. Yes. Personal training camp. The 8 girls were standing in the middle of the field, with some instructions from Kushina they began to do physical exercises, Mio also did them to be strong, Kushina just looked at her, noticing that she tried hard in everything, giving her an image of her when she trained with her grandmother Mito, the girl had the same perseverance to do things. The same penetrating look of her husband that Issei had also inherited, her warm smile that she dedicated to others reminded him of his and Naruto's, that girl was the spitting image of her 2 parents, if she trained with her 2 brothers, she could become a great Kunoichi. At dusk everyone went to their homes to rest, Kushina and Mio would go to a house where their children had lived, upon arriving they saw that it was a large 2-story house, they entered, and it was definitely a beautiful place. Mine. Whose house is this? Kushina. Issei told me that they stayed here when they came. Mine. So it's your house, it's very big and beautiful. Kushina. Yes it is, daughter, do you know what element you have? Mine. I have the elements wind, fire, water and lightning. Kushina. Wow, you have the same elements as your father and me. Mine. Really? Kushina. Yes, I have the wind and the water and your father has fire and lightning. Mine. Mom, what else are we going to do? Kushina. Follow me. They both walk towards a special room where he will teach her Fuinjutsu. Mine. Our clan is known for Fuinjutsu, isn't it? Kushina. Yes, and that's why I'll teach you a lot of seals. Mine. Yes mom, let's go. For 3 hours Mio studied several seals, learning them very well, which made him remember something to Kushina. Flashback. It was night and Kushina was waiting for Minato, but someone knocked on the door of her room, she opened it and found her son Issei. Kushina. What's wrong Ice? Issei. I wanted to talk to you mom. Kushina. Well, come in letting her son in. What did you want to talk about? Issei. It's about Mio and his training. Kushina. Did something bad happen? Issei. Not on the contrary, Mama Mio is a complete prodigy. Kushina. Why do you say that? Issei. Because he almost learned the Rasengan in just 1 day. Kushina. Just 1 day? Are you serious? It took your dad 3 years to create it and you months to learn it and years to perfect it and add chakra to it. Issei. That's right, but what took Naruto and I 3 months to do, she took 3 minutes to do. Really, if she's trained correctly, she could become a very lethal Kunoichi. Kushina. And what do you suggest? Issei. I want you to go to Yuzu and… End of flashback. He was right, his daughter was a prodigy, she learned quickly, and not only that, she was original, she found her own style of doing things. The next day. At the training camp again the girls were training until Kushina proposed that they fight 1 versus 1. Sayori would fight against Mio. Sayori. I hope you're ready girl. Mine. Teach me what you learned from my brothers in fighting stance. Kushina seeing the position Mio was in was surprised, she had seen the position her children used since she had seen them train. Naruto put his right arm in front with his fist at the height of his face and his left arm at the height of his rib, putting his right legs forward and left back. Issei put his right forearm at the height of his shoulder to protect himself. His left arm was placed on his chest ready to attack. His legs were somewhat separated in the same position as Issei. Each stance was different, Naruto's was only for attacking and then defending, while Issei's could be used to attack and defend at the same time, but Mio had combined both stances, and it was curious that he was wearing bandages on his forearms. The other girls were also surprised to see him, but Sayori attacked. Her Taijutsu fight was even, surprising everyone since she was the second best in Taijutsu. They left the blows aside and jumped apart only to start throwing shurikens and kunes at each other, each weapon was neutralized with another. Sayori. Let's see how you do with this. Fire Ninja Art. Fireball. The fireball was heading towards the girl who didn't know what to do. Kushina was alarmed to see that her daughter was not doing anything and that the fireball was hitting her. The cloud of dust rose and everyone waited for it to clear so they could help Mio, but when they saw it again they were even more surprised. Purple chains surrounded her protecting her. Mio opened his eyes seeing those strange chains. By the way, Issei's chains are black, Naruto's are yellow and Kushina's are red. Hikari. How did he awaken the glitter chains at that age? Aiko. Nothing strange since that is the Kiken Genkai of the Uzumakas. Haruka. But we are too and we can't show it. Aimi. That's because we are 25% Uzumakas, in my case I am 50% Ichija, 25% Uzumaki and 25% civilian, even so I can have the Sharingan. Suzume. Does that mean that the more genes you have, the more likely you are to manifest your Kiken Genkai? Aimi. That's right. Hikari. That's why Mio has the chains. Mine verified if those chains obeyed her and so they did, but suddenly Sayori appeared trying to attack her with a kunai, but one of her chains had protected her. Mine. So in addition to following my orders they move independently. Mio attacked with his chains causing Sayori to protect herself, and Mio also made a hand seal very well known to all. Mine Kage no Bushin. More than 15 clones of Mio appeared next to the original armed with kunes. Mine. Go to the first one, well girls you already know what to do. The clones ran to attack the girl who could barely protect herself, she destroyed them one by one until she finished them all off, but when she turned around she was attacked by a special ability of the Nami-Yuzu family. Mine. Rasengan. Mio hit the mini Rasengan in the stomach of his opponent, causing him to fly away. Everyone present was open-mouthed in surprise at what had happened. Kushina. So Issei was right, Mio is a true prodigy, you will be great, my daughter seeing that her daughter gave her a smile and then fell unconscious. They all attended to the 2 girls who had been injured by that fight, they did not stop there since the others also faced each other. The next day. Mio woke up after having spent a lot of chakra. Kushina. Entering I see you're awake, daughter. Mine. What happened to me, mom? Kushina. Well, since you're not used to using so much chakra in a single moment, your body suffered and you ended up unconscious. Mine. Sorry mom. Kushina. Daughter, you were amazing in that fight. Mine. Do you really believe that, mom? Kushina. Of course daughter, you combined your brother's postures, you awakened your chakra chains, you were able to use the Kage no Bushin on the first try, and you also made an almost perfect Rasengan, your brother was right. Mine? In what? Kushina. You are a prodigy at that. Mine. Thank you mom, I promise you that I will train a lot and I will become one of the best kunoichi that exists in the world and I will make you feel proud, you should. Kushina. I'm already there, daughter. I'm already there. Mother and daughter hugged each other and spent time talking. In the village of the waterfall. Minato was in Shibuki's office holding the treaty between their villages, but they heard a knock on the door. It was the secretary. Secret. Sir, a group of ninjas from the Leaf are looking for you. Shibuki. Let them pass. The secretary left and the door opened again revealing Team 9. Minato. Did you get the scroll? Aye. That's right, Hokage-sama leaving the scroll on the desk. Minato took the scroll, opened it and read it, getting serious. Minato. It seems that the leader of the resistance will attend the Chunin exams to get support from the other villages. Shibuki. Do you think it would be okay if I go? Minato. Of course, this way we can make a bigger alliance. Shibuki. Who will attend? Minato. Leader of the Cloud Village, Sand Race, Mei leader of the Mist Resistance and Inoki of the Rock will attend. Shibuki. I thought Inoki hated you for what happened in the Third War. Minato. And that's how it is, but I convinced him to go and that some of his genin would participate in the exam. Shibuki. Well, I'll be going too. In 2 months some kids graduated, including Fu, so I'll be going. Minato. Okay, Team 9, rest, tomorrow we will leave for our home. Team 9 left the office to find somewhere to stay. In Uzunagakure. Leo was doing exercises while being supervised by Kushina. Kushina. Daughter rest a little bringing a plate with watermelon. Leo approached his mother wiping away his sweat, he took off his bandages and Kushina noticed that he was carrying weights. Kushina. Daughter, since when do you have that? Mine. Taking off the weight since the day my brothers trained me, they recommended it to me to be able to increase my speed and boy does it work eating watermelon. Kushina just smiled for her daughter, boy was she happy. Kushina. Come daughter, I want to show you something. Mother and daughter walked towards the Uzukage tower, they entered and went to the basement, it was a cold and dark room with bookcases, Kushina pulled a book and they saw that a secret door would open. They went down some long stairs that were illuminated by torches, they went down for 20 minutes until they found a large door, Kushina bit her finger and with her blood the door opened. They both entered and Mio was surprised by what he saw and that was because there were 8 paintings that showed beautiful women with blood red hair like theirs. Mine. Mom, they are. Kushina. They are the most powerful women that have ever existed in our clan. Mine. They are beautiful. Kushina. That's how it is, it's in our blood proud. Mine. Wow, even in their photos they look powerful. Kushina. That's right, they became great kunoichis, the funny thing is that they married men who really didn't have amazing qualities, but because of them they worked hard and became great men. Mine. Wow, admiring the place. Kushina. They have been princesses of Yuzu like her showing a painting. Mine. Mito Uzumaki the wife of the first, Hashirama Senju. Kushina. That's right, she taught me and gave me everything I am today, for me she was the mother I lost, even though she was my grandmother. Mine. She was the daughter of the third Uzukage, right? Kushina. That's right, in this place there are only the women who have been leaders of our clan. Mine. Leaders. Kushina. Yes, the women of the Uzumaki clan have always been stronger than the men, that's why they were the leaders, plus there are always more women than men, that's why in our clan it was normal to have couples of 3, 4 or more, but anyway, one day maybe you'll be here showing a peculiar photo. Mine. That's your mom. Kushina. That's right, I was also the princess of Uzunagakure, and now you are. Mine. Me. Kushina. Being my daughter, you are the new princess, and there is something that has been inherited from generation to generation. Mine. What is it? Kushina. This. Kushina walked towards a part of the room where there was a place where a 1.30 meters rod was placed. Mine. What is that? Kushina. This weapon was made from the best metal in Uzunagakure, made for the leaders. Mine amazing. Kushina. Look what he can do. Kushina took it from the middle, and at both ends fans opened like tamaris, then they closed, so that now at the tips 3 sharp blades appeared, these disappeared so that later, she would cut it from one point, and the other contracted, so that it became a double-edged katana, when the weapon returned to normal, she approached her daughter. Kushina. This was mine, and now it belongs to you, train with it, become strong and prove that you are worthy of being here and form the legacy of a princess. I am Sayori. That girl Mio is really incredible, she is stronger than I thought, not for nothing is she Naruto and Issei's sister. In the next chapter break for the exam. Chapter 25 Break for the exam. At the village gate the guards were sleeping until they were awakened by a yellow flash and a burst of smoke. The guard stood up and saw Hokage Minato with Team 9 and Kushina with Mio. Minato. How did your trip go? Mine. Amazing dad, now I have new skills that I'm dying to show my brothers. Well, it won't be long before you do it. Mio turned to look back and saw Team 11 and 7, along with a girl with brown hair with red highlights, and behind them came Team 8. Mine. Little brothers running to hug them. I missed you so much. Issei. And we to you. Naruto. Yes, and look what we brought you from the land of waves, taking out a box. Mio opened the box, and there was a cape similar to Minato's, only this one had flames on the bottom, and in the center, the symbol of the Uzumaki clan. Mine. I love it, thank you, and who is the girl? Issei. If you want to know, why don't we go to dad's office to talk? Minato. Problems. Naruto. No, but it's better if we talk there. All the people began to walk towards the Hokage's office. On the way, Irie, who was on Issei's shoulders, noticed how the villagers looked at him ugly as if he were a monster. She even noticed that the same thing happened with her uncle Naruto, so she hoped to ask her father later. Already in the office, Minato took a seat behind the desk. Shikaku, who had been in charge while the Hokage was away, Kushina stood on the other side of her husband while the teams were in front. Minato. Well, since we're all here, it's time for you to give me your reports, starting with Team 9. Aye. The mission was completed, only that the informant was attacked by 4 mist ninjas, but we killed them. Minato. Well, now Team 7, your report. Kakashi. During our journey to Tazuna's home, we were attacked by the demon brothers who were killed by Naruto, and then we were attacked by Zabuza Mamachi, but when we were about to win, Sasuke and I were poisoned by Haku. Then Team 7 was asked for help and we survived. Then Zabuza attacked us again, but he died, leaving Haku, his partner, to stay with Naruto. Naruto. And because of that I want you to let her be part of Konoha, dad. Minato. Well, if you ask me and take care of her, of course she can be part of the village. Naruto. Thank you very much, dad. Haku. Yes, thank you very much, Hokage-sama. Minato. Calm down, and Team 11 on their mission. Enko. No problems except for an attack on Foxy's new daughter. Kushina. Daughter. Issei. Yes, moving to Irie's front, her name is Irie, and I would like to adopt her. Minato. Son, are you sure? A son is a great responsibility, and with the social position we have, he would be in great danger. Issei. I will protect her with my life if necessary. Irie. Dad, you don't have to, because I'm just the daughter of a woman who abandoned me. Why would you want to adopt me? Issei. Crouching down to her height, because I know what it feels like to grow up without a father and have everyone make fun of you, and I don't want a beautiful girl like you to go through that. Irie didn't say anything and just hugged Issei, while Minato and Kushina were sad but proud. Minato. Well, if it's your decision, it's fine. Enko. Well, leaving that aside, the cat's death was completed and we already took the reward, leaving a scroll on the desk. Minato. Team 8, was your mission completed? Kurenai. Of course, if the villagers of the village are safe and sound. Minato. Well, after all this I think it's okay that I informed you that in 3 weeks the Chunin exams will begin, and because of that the Kazekage, Tsuchikage and the Reikage will come to the village, in addition to the leader of the rebellion of the Mist Village, and of course the leader of the Waterfall Village, so in order for you to be ready, I want you to rest for 2 weeks before the exam, so you have a vacation like the other genin who want to participate. Naruto. That sounds great, dad, we can finally have a family vacation, happy. Minato. I'm sorry son, but I can't be with you, since my duty is to be here in the village taking care of it. Shikaku. Come on Minato, it's not the end of the world if you take a vacation. Minato. And who would take care of everything? Abido. Knocking on the door. Minato-sensei, I'm sorry to bother you, but I wanted to ask you if you had a mission. Minato. I think I know who can take care of it for a while. Abido. Huh? Minato. Okay guys, go home to prepare your things. Naruto. Dad, can the girls go with us? Minato. Of course, just ask your parents for permission. Sakura. That's great. Enko. Aren't you going to invite me, Foxy? Issei. Of course Anko, we're going to prepare her things. Ki. Me too. Naruto. Yes, and how well Sasuke is doing? Sasuke. I can't leave mom alone. Kushina. Well, don't you think so, Mina-chan? Minato. Of course. Naruto. Okay, let's go there. The next day, Sand Village. In the Kazekage Tower, 3 boys and a blonde woman in the Chunin uniform of the arena stood in front of the Kazekage who had his face covered. Kazekage. I hope you do everything as I asked you, children. I'll take it for granted, Kazekage-sama. Kazekage. Well, I will inform the other villages that the plan will be carried out as expected. I hope that after this you will comply with what was agreed. Kage. Of course, don't worry, I'll do what we agreed on. Well, we leave. Back to Konoha. The Nami-Yuzu family was prepared, as was the Ichija family. Everyone was wearing civilian clothes. Minato. Well, we'll go to the country of hot springs. Agito. It was where you took me on my birthday, right, Issei? Issei. Yes, thanks to that I already have that place marked. Minato. Then we will teleport to that place, taking out his three-pointed kunai ready. Issei. Taking out a special kunai ready, Dad. Everyone took Minato and Issei and disappeared in a yellow and black flash. Minato along with Kushina, Mio and Makoto also appeared, along with Sasuke, Shikamaru, Ino, Sakura, Am, Haku, Akane and Issei, who was carrying Ki, Yugito, Hinata, Fu, Tenten, Irie, Anko, Conan, Abido, Kakashi and Rin. Everyone was already at the gates of the hot spring village. Minato. Okay, let's go, rent rooms for everyone. The families walked through the streets, attracting everyone's attention because just as there were beautiful women, there were also men who made the women drool. They arrived at the hotel and occupied 2 large rooms, one for the women and one for the men. When they had left their luggage, they got ready and left. They went to a small lagoon where the older women and men began to put things out to eat while the boys had fun. All the girls were wearing bikinis of their favorite colors. Naruto's girls did not separate from him while they played, but Issei's girls only watched as he taught Irie to swim, who only had floats on her arms. I wanted to swim with Issei. Hinata. Me too. Enko. But let's not deny that he looks cute playing with that girl. Tenten. I wonder if he'll behave like this when we have children stroking his belly. Enko. Don't tell me that you and Foxy already did it. Yugito. If she took his virginity. Tenten. Blush, yes, and he took it from me. Enko. Gosh, girl, tell us what she's like in bed. Is it big? Tenten. I can't tell you that, just that I thought he would get me pregnant. They all blushed while Naruto's girls fought over sleeping with Naruto. Sakura. I will sleep with him. Haku. I won't do it. Ino. No, because among the 4 of us I'm the one with the biggest breasts. Akane. That has nothing to do with it. Ino. But if you traveled with him, then you should have already slept with him. Sakura. Yes, so I will sleep with him. So they continued fighting while with the adults Rin was waiting to give the news to Kakashi, but was a little scared. Rin. Kakashi, I have something to tell you, nervous. Kakashi. What's wrong, Rin? Sitting with Rin on his lap. Rin. What happens is that I'm pregnant, Kakashi. Kakashi was just surprised. He stood up and hugged Rin and started spinning her around. Kakashi. That's the best news, Rin, we'll have a child, you make me the happiest man of all, kissing him on the forehead. Everyone listened and congratulated the couple. They had all eaten and were resting, the girls talking to each other, the 2 little girls playing, the adults spending time with their partners, and Naruto noticed that Issei was sitting on the shore of the lagoon while looking at the sky, so he approached him to see if everything was okay. Naruto, everything okay, bro? Sitting next to him. Issei. Yes, I was just resting. Naruto. Hey bro, how about a friendly battle? Issei. Are you sure I beat you last time? Naruto. I don't remember that, smiling. Issei. Okay, let's go there. Both brothers walked to the center of the lake using chakra that was noticed by everyone, so they paid attention to what was going to happen. They both looked at each other, made a hand seal, and their body shone, indicating that their weights were no longer there. They looked at each other analytically. They both ran and started a surprising taijutsu battle. They were going so fast that Kakashi and Abido activated their Sharingan to see them. The girls were shocked by the battle as they had never seen anything like it. They were going so fast that you could see yellow and black electric rays colliding with each other. Minato knew that they used the Hirishin no Jutsu to fight that fast. The water was agitated with each blow that the brothers gave until they both appeared, hitting each other, causing them both to go backwards. Issei. Water ninja art. Great water dragon. Naruto. Water ninja art. Great wave. Both of them quickly made seals, so that both techniques collided and caused a huge wave that wet everyone. Issei. Wow, that was good, don't you think, brother? Naruto. Of course. Kushina. Naruto and Issei are in trouble. Naruto and Issei were scared by their mother's loud scream and knew she was going to hit them. Already at night. Everyone was in the hotel's hot springs. They were separated from men and women. The women's bathroom had been engraved by wood created by Issei to prevent any pervert from looking at his girls and his mom. In the men's section they spoke. Issei. I can't believe Kakashi-sensei is going to have a child. Kakashi. If having a child with Rin had been one of the dreams. Naruto. It's true now that I remember, that's what he said. Flashback. Team 7 was gathered for team introductions. Kakashi. Well, I know we already know each other, but it's something we have to do, so introduce yourselves. Naruto. Do it yourself first, Kakashi-sensei. Kakashi. It's okay, what I like is my wife Rin's cooking, spending time with her, having fun with my friends. What I hate the most are those who abandon their friends and go on missions that don't let me be with Rin, and my dreams are to have a family with Rin and be Hokage. End of flashback. If you want me to do a special where I describe how the other team's presentations were, leave me a comment. Abido. So you'll be my rival to be Hokage. Kakashi. That's right, Abido, let's see who can do it. Abido. You'll see that I will win. Kakashi. Try it. Sasuke. Keep quiet, for being an Ichijo you are very loud, Abido. Minato. It's always been like this. Shikamaru. I don't know how Conan puts up with it. Issei. I think the same. But the girls. Makoto. Congratulations Rin, you will be a great mother, you will see. Rin. Thank you very much Makoto. Kushina. Just be prepared for what's coming, sleepless nights, changing diapers, taking care of them 24/7 and many more things, but every moment you spend with your child will become beautiful. Enko. Kushina-sensei, what would you think if I had a child with Issei? Kushina. If you love him, I know you'll take care of my child, but I'm already a grandmother, so I hope to have many more grandchildren hugging Irie. Hinata. I also want a child with Issei. Covering her breasts. Sakura. Hinata, don't be ashamed, we're girls. Gigito. We've already been together and we've even bathed together, so don't feel ashamed. Hinata. My breasts are floating blush. They were all surprised and went down to look at their breasts and saw that they were smaller. Sakura. Damn, I really envy you Hinata. Thus the week of vacation of the Nami-Yuzu family passed, so the time had come to return to the village to prepare for the Chunin exams that were coming, as well as not very pleasant surprises. Hi, I'm Hinata. These vacations were very beautiful, and the truth is I'm dying to start a family with Issei. In the next chapter. Exam Part 1. The Sand Brothers. Chapter 26 Exam Part 1. The Sand Brothers. It was already morning in the Leaf Village, it had already been 6 days since the vacation that the families had had, in the Nami-Yuzu house Issei was waking up just. Since they arrived they began to train with Anko, and she didn't see them from the time she woke up until she went to sleep. During the week she spent it alone in her room, investigating the seals and teaching Irie how to control her chakra and control it, as well as how to handle the kunes and also the taijutsu. Issei got up from the bed and dressed in a green and black shirt, grey ambu pants and his battle boots. He put on his vest that had been given to him, as well as the protectors on his arms. He put the katanas on his back, pulled up his mask and left the room to go down to breakfast. When he entered the kitchen he found Naruto. Issei. Hey Naruto, where's mom? Naruto. He left early with dad and Irie, your girls and mine said they would meet up with the others, and Mio went to see Konohamaru, Grandpa Hiruzen's grandson. Issei. I see, then we have breakfast and go see dad to find out where the exams will be done. Naruto nodded and had breakfast together. They left the house and on the way as always the villagers looked at them ugly, one even tried to throw a bottle at them, but Issei caught it and returned it, making it pass next to the civilian's head. He unsheathed one of the small katanas and approached the civilian to put it on his neck. Issei. If you attack me again, I'll kill you. Naruto. Taking Issei by the shoulder, calm down Ice, we can't do anything against them, we're supposed to protect them, not kill them, let's go. Issei didn't say anything and just holstered his weapon. They continued walking a few meters and what they saw made both of their blood boil. It was a boy dressed as a cat with paint on his face holding Mio's hair. Next to him was a blonde girl and Konohamaru. Mine. Let me go stupid, you don't know who you're messing with. Angry. If you want me to let you go, apologize. Tenkuro leaves the girl. Tenkuro. This brat hit me. Konohamaru. Leave her alone if not. Tenkuro. If not, what? What are you doing? Hit me. The fool did not finish speaking as he had received a strong kick that had made him crash into a wall. Issei. Damn, who do you think you are to mess with my sister? Tenkuro. Who are you? Naruto. We are the sons of Minato Namikaze the 4th Hokage, and we will beat you to death. Issei tried to walk, but the blonde girl had put a fan in front of him. I won't let you hurt my brother Kankuro. Issei. Kankuro. Wait, you're Temari. Temari. How do you know my name? Issei. I didn't think you would forget me. Temari lowering her mask. Temari was surprised to see Issei. Temari. Is this Issei? Is that you? Issei. That's right Temari. Temari didn't say anything and let go of her fan to launch herself at Issei to kiss him. Issei was surprised by what Temari did, but he just accepted the kiss and took her by the waist while she passed her hands behind his neck. The kiss only lasted a minute or two as Issei had broken the kiss. Temari. I missed you so much Issei, you never came back. I thought I had lost you. Hugging him to put her face on his chest. Issei. I'm sorry but a lot of things happened, but now I've found you again and from what I see you have the same feelings for me as I do for you. Temari. You don't know how long I waited for us to see each other again. Issei. I loved seeing you again too. Kankuro and Gaara are already coming down from that tree. Sasuke, who was on top of the tree, couldn't notice Irie, who was standing upside down on a branch. Gaara. Coming down from the tree to help lift Mio, who had fallen after tripping. I'm sorry that my stupid brother hurt a beautiful girl like you. Mio. Blushing, calm down, there's no problem. Issei. Hey, stop flirting with my sister. Gaara. You do it with mine and I don't claim you. Issei. That's different. Mine. Stop fighting, Dad sent me to tell you that the exams will be in 2 hours in the building next to the academy, room 301. Issei. Well, I'll go get my team, see you later Temari, I have to talk to you. Temari. Okay. Issei and Naruto disappeared in a yellow flash. Sasuke just started walking towards training ground number 7, while Mio turned around to go back home, but Gaara had stopped her. Gaara. Wait, can you tell me your name? Mine. My name is Namikaze Uzumaki, and I am 10 years old. Gaara. It's a pleasure. My name is Gaara no Sabaku. I'm 12 years old. Mine. I hope to see you later. Gaara. I say the same. Mio smiled and began to walk under Gaara's watchful eye. Temari. So you like Issei's sister? Gaara. I think so. Temari. That will be a problem. Gaara. Same with you and Issei, but let's leave that and Kankuro stops doing stupid things or I'll tell mom. Kankuro. I'm sorry Gaara but don't tell him. Gaara. Okay, move. The three disappeared in the sand. With Issei. This had appeared in the training camp, which was Area 47, the Forest of Death. Issei saw his girls who were wearing the Golden Leaves uniform and were in front of Anko. Anko? You're on time, folksy. Issei. Yes, I already asked Dad where the exams would be held. Anko. That's good, girls, your punishment is over. The four girls rushed to hug Issei. Issei. What's wrong? Anko-sensei had punished us that we couldn't spend time with you until we finished our special training. Issei. I see, that's why they weren't with me. Hinata. That's right Issei, sorry blushing. Issei didn't say anything and just kissed them all, since even Anko had joined in. Time after building. Team 11 walked through the halls of the academy until they noticed Team 7 and Team 8. They approached and walked together until Team 9 appeared in front of them. Tenten. Hello Issei, approaching to kiss him. Issei. I see you also entered the exams. Lee. That's right, and Issei, I want to ask you for a duel against me. Issei. A duel? Lee. If I want to see your flames of youth. Issei. Okay, let's go, I already know where. They all walked to a part of the academy where they could fight. Lee stood in front of Issei as he looked at him. Lee. Now attack me with everything you have. Issei ran towards him to hit him, but Lee stopped the blow. Issei. Wow, you're good lowering his head, but let's see how good raising his head to show his 9-volume Sharingan. Lee. The Sharingan surprised. Both of them got into a good Taijutsu battle, where it seemed that both were on par. Lee sent a punch to Issei's face, but he stopped it and hit him with the palm of his hand on the torso, then he jumped away from him. Lee was about to run towards him, but Issei appeared in a flash in front of him with Tenten's katana in his hand. Issei. You are good, I hope to fight you. Lee. I say the same. Naruto. Let's go, we have to register before 3. Issei nodded and put away his katana and walked towards the hall, registered and entered inside. They could see many other genin rank ninjas from the Rock, Cloud, Sound, Sand and Lerva villages. He even saw the Whirlpool girls. They all wanted to expel killing instinct, but were overshadowed by Issei and Naruto's, because they felt that if they got closer, he would kill them. Temari watched as Issei entered and went with him to hang out. Temari. Issei hugging him. You finally arrived. Issei. Yes, I'm sorry for the delay. Temari didn't say anything and just kissed him, leaving Issei's girl surprised. Hinata. Issei, can you explain to us who she is? Issei. He girls will see they are. Temari. My name is Temari and I am Issei's girlfriend. Issei. Girlfriend. Temari. Yes, I gave you my first kiss, it's fair, right? Abido. Why do you say that our fiancé is your boyfriend? Temari. Fiancé? Abido. Yes, he is our fiancé, pulling Issei. He. Yes, just like my future boyfriend, hugging a part of Issei. Fu. And mine doing the same. Issei. Girls. Wow, they shouldn't attract so much attention, do you think? Naruto and Issei turned to see a boy with glasses and gray hair. Issei. Naruto, do you smell that? Naruto. It stinks of snakes. Issei. Hey, angry. Naruto. I'm sorry, but it's strange. Issei. Yes, let's keep an eye on him. Sasuke. Who are you? Sorry, my name is Kabuto Yakushi. I am a genin, and this is my 7th time here. Vu. You must have experience. Kabuto. Look, I'll share something with you. Taking out some cards. On these cards, I have the information of almost all the participating genin. Ara. Getting closer. I would like to know about Naruto and Issei Uzumaki. Kabuto. Let's see, here is. Naruto Namikaze is Uzumaki, heir to the Namikaze clan, son of the 4th Hokage, is part of Team 7 with Sasuke Chija and Shikamaru Nara. His missions have been 8D rank, 4C rank, 6B rank, and 3A rank. His Taijutsu level is at Jounin level. His ninjutsu and Fuinjutsu are at the level of his parents. His Jinjutsu and Kinjutsu are unknown. What a boy. Everyone was a little surprised by the Kabuto. And there is Issei Uzumaki Namikaze, leader of the Uzumaki clan and sub-captain of the Golden Leaves of Konoha. He is part of Team 11 with Kiichija, Hinata Hyuga and Yugito Uzumaki. His missions are 4D rank, 2C rank, 8B rank, 5A rank, 2S rank, and all have been completed to perfection. His level of Taijutsu, Ninjutsu, Fuinjutsu, Ninjutsu and Jinjutsu are unknown. It is only rumored that he has a Taijutsu, but nobody knows what it is. When Kabuto looked up, he received a strong blow that sent him crashing into a wall, but before he fell to the ground, Issei held him by the neck with a katana to his forehead. Issei. That information you just gave is only given to the Hokage, and someone like you cannot have it. You can be accused of infiltrating classified information, and that is considered treason, and the penalty is death. Kabuto. You can't see, can you do that? Issei. You're right, you want to know the truth about the rumor about my Taijutsu. Look at my eyes. Issei activated his Sharingan, putting him in a Jinjutsu that made him start screaming. His companions wanted to help him, but those of the Leaf stopped them. Issei was going to kill him, but was stopped by Abido and Ibiki, leader of the torture department, who tried to hit him, but was grabbed by the neck with the diamond chains. Abido. Issei, let them go. You can't kill fellow Leaf members just like that, even if you're from the Golden Leaves, so if you don't let them go, I'll expel you from the exam. Issei didn't say anything and let them go as he sat down at the grill like the others. Abido. Well, let's start this to finish quickly. My name is Abido Ichija, and this is Ibiki Marino. We will be the ones to decide if they pass or not. Ibiki. You will be given a 9-question exam, each worth 1 point, plus a question that I will ask you. Abido. The rules are that if you are caught copying, you will be disqualified just like everyone else on your team. If you get less than 5 points, you will be disqualified. Well, it's time for you to start. Everyone started writing. Issei noticed that the questions were for Jounin or Chunin, so it was surely to get information. Without them realizing it, a small transparent snake came out of his sleeve to climb the wall and find who the infiltrators were. When he noticed 2 who were answering, he silenced the exam of 1, and when the ninja noticed him, he looked at the snake's eyes where it had a Sharingan and put it in a Jinjutsu that he didn't even notice at what moment. When he finished getting the information, he left it, and the little snake disappeared so that Issei could get the money he had collected. Fu had released a small butterfly that went towards one of the ninjas and stood where he couldn't see it, and Fu closed one of his eyes to connect it with the butterflies and be able to copy. Hinata activated her Byakugan, as did Akane, but they used a Jinjutsu so that her activated Taijutsu couldn't be seen. He activated his Sharingan but narrowed his eyes so that they wouldn't be noticed and be able to copy the movements of the ninja. An hour passed like this, and when many Ibiki had already left, he caught everyone's attention. Ibiki. Okay brats, it's time for the last question. Abido. I just need to tell you that if you accept this question and fail, you will be expelled and will not be accepted back into the exams, so whoever wants to leave, do so now. Everyone was surprised, but no one said anything or moved. Sakura wanted to leave, but she knew she had to work hard to be a great kunoichi. Issei noticed that his former disciples wanted to leave, but just by seeing him the idea left their minds. Ibiki saw that no one said anything and smiled. Ibiki. Congratulations brats, you just passed the first phase. Everyone smiled, and even Gaara. When they least expected it, the window was broken and 2 shadows entered, and 2 boys already knew who it was. Congratulations for passing. We are Rin Haddock and Anko Mitarashi, the examiners of the second phase of the exam. Hi, I'm Gaara. I'm glad to meet my friends again and that my sister saw her crush again. In the next chapter. Exam Part 2, A Stupid Snake. Chapter 27, Exam Part 2. A Stupid Snake. Everyone was surprised by the sudden entrance of those 2 kunoichis. Most of the boys were looking at Enko's attributes, something that Issei did not like at all. Enko. Wow, there are more than 50, what happened to Biki? I thought there would be less. Rin. Yes, I thought the same, you should be ruder. Abido, don't be a child, hitting him with his elbow. Abido. Come on, I'm already 28 and you still treat me like a child. Enko. Hahaha, well let's leave this. Gakus will see you in 2 hours at the entrance to the Forest of Death. Arrive on time, you can go. Before any idiot could approach Anko, Issei appeared in front of her very close to her face. Anko? Foxy. Issei didn't say anything and just took off her brown jacket, making the men who looked at her laugh pervertedly. Anko was surprised because even if he undressed her, she would let him do whatever. The only thing she didn't like was other men looking at her body, because no other man would look at her naked, not again. But something that surprised and disappointed many was that Issei took off his vest to put it on her and zip it up to her neck. Issei. I don't want any other man to look at your body. Anko, okay, blushing, you are very jealous, don't you think? Issei. That's right, because you're mine, kissing her. Anko wrapped her arms around Issei's neck as he pulled her by the waist. Anko. I like you more when you're jealous, folksy. Issei. Jump, I don't like it, what do you say we go to Ichiraku for dangos? Anko. I love you, Issei, jumping to surround Issei's waist with her legs. Abido. And us, Issei. With Hinata, Ki, Fu and Tamari. Issei. Let's go. Aimi. Issei-sensei, can we go with you? Issei. Sure. Naruto. We're going with you, accompanied by his girls and his students. Issei. Yes, let's go, I'm hungry. Kiba. We're going too, looking at Sayori. Issei. Let's go, I'm hungry. Naruto. Issei. Hirshin no jutsu. They all disappeared in a flash of yellow and red, causing everyone to smile. At Ichiraku Ramen. The large group had appeared inside the premises, drawing the attention of AM and Mr. Tucci, who were serving other customers. Issei and Naruto asked what the others were going to order so they could go and place their order. When they were at the bar, they turned to see their friends and noticed how their friends from the academy were accompanied by their former students. Issei. Wow, I didn't think this would happen. Naruto. Me neither. Issei. By the way, AM, how old are you? AM. That's disrespectful. Issei. I'm sorry, but I've heard that several ninjas in the village are afraid of you. AM. What did they expect from one of your mother's students? Issei. Really, my mother trained you? AM. That's right, since I was 12 I had been training. Issei. But I really want to know your age. AM. I'm already 17 and in 2 weeks I'll be 18. Issei. Wow, little brother, you like them older, looking at Naruto. Naruto. Hey bro, did you have to say it? Issei. Yes. AM. Did you like Naruto? Blushing. Naruto. Why yes, blushing. AM. Well, if you ever invite me out, I'll gladly accept giving him a kiss on the cheek and then bringing the food to the others. Naruto. I love that girl. Issei. Yes, she is very pretty. Anko. Hugging him from behind. You're a womanizer again, folksy. Issei. Of course not beautiful, I only have eyes for my girls, taking her by the waist. Anko. Look at that, pointing to the single rookies with the Uzumaki girls. Of Kiba and Sayori. Kiba looked at Sayori, who was eating some dangos. Sayori. Why are you looking at me so much, dog boy? Kiba. My no name is Kiba and you are so beautiful, blushing. Sayori. Wow, no other boy had enough balls to tell me the same thing. Kiba. Really? Sayori. Yes, my family is one of those who have been in charge of tracking with dogs for many years, that is why we have taken the same characteristics as them. Men are afraid of us, so almost none of us have a boyfriend. Kiba. I would love to be a candidate to be with you. Sayori. Well, show me in the exams how strong you are and maybe you'll have it. Getting close to him to touch her lips with his and then separating. Kiba saw how Sayori got up and walked to the exit, moving her hips. That excited him and he followed her. With Issei. Anko. What was that? Naruto. The charm of an Uzumaki woman. Anko. Loved it. Issei. Just look at that. With Shino and Suzume. Shino ate in silence, as did Suzume, without Shino noticing. One of his insects came out of his sleeve and walked to the girl's hand. That was where he noticed it. Shino. Hey buddy, I told you that you can't go out trying to catch the insect. But before he took the little Suzume, he held it and put it on his finger to look at it closely. Suzume. You are very cute, my little friend, caressing him. Shino. I thought no one other than the Abiram clan liked chakra eating insects. Suzume. My father is a descendant of the Abiram, for that reason he has taught me to love these little ones, and I admire those of the Abiram clan even more. Shino. Why? Suzume. Because even though the other clans have some kind of disgust for them, they are still friends with the insects. They are so united that they even let them live inside them. Shino. Wow, you really know a lot about us. Suzume. Are you from the Abiram clan? Shino. Yes, I am one of the heirs. Suzume. Could you show me your insects? Flirtatious. Shino. Of course, blushing. With Shaoji and Haruka. Shaoji ate as fast as always, he was even a little dirty, but the girl next to him stared at him, which made Shaoji feel a little embarrassed and stop eating. Haruka. May I have some food in your mouth? Haruka approached him and wiped his mouth with a napkin, making Shoji blush. Haruka. If you keep eating that fast you'll hurt your fingers, eat a little slower, you should also eat more vegetables to balance your meals and be healthier for fights. Haruka put more vegetables for his food and then looked at Shoji with eyes of love that made the chubby boy attracted to the girl with red eyes. Shoji. This girl is perfect to be my wife. But Shikamaru and Aiko. Shikamaru just ate the ramen with a bored face, while the girl Aiko ate spicy dangos while looking at the clouds. Shikamaru. You know, I'd like to be a cloud catching Aiko's attention. Aiko. Why? Shikamaru. Because that way I could go from one place to another without getting upset about anything. Aiko. But having things to do is the meaning of life, it would be very boring if you were doing nothing all the time. Shikamaru. I think you're right looking at the clouds. Aiko. Do you want to do something interesting? Shikamaru. It's very troublesome, but let's go. They both got up from the table, thanked each other, and left so Shikamaru could show them around the village a bit. With Lee and Aimi. They both ate in silence until Lee accidentally brushed Aimi's hand, causing her to complain. Lee. I'm sorry, did I hurt you? Aimi. No, what happens is that my hands are still a little sore from my training. Read. Training. Aimi. That's right, I trained by hitting trees to become stronger, it's not for nothing that I'm the best in Taijutsu in my generation, since Issei trained me. Lee. So the best, how about we have a game of arm wrestling? Aimi. Do you think you can beat me? Lee. We will only know when we see who is stronger. They both held hands and began to push to see who was stronger. With Niji and Hikari. The smiling girl ate without worries while Niji ate in silence, that made him uncomfortable, so he decided to talk. Niji. What is your name? Hikari. My name is Hikari Uzumaki. Niji. I see, tell me, do you have any relationship? Niji had become interested in the girl without knowing why, but he really would like to have something with her. Hikari. No, but I'm thinking about convincing Issei to let me be in his harem. Hikari had noticed how Niji looked at her since the first exam, and she was already interested in the boy, so she had planned to make him jealous so that he would take the first step, and who better to do it than with Issei. Niji. And why him? Hikari. Because he is strong, attractive, he is interested in taking care of his family, he treats everyone equally, he is not afraid of almost anything, and he is a great born leader, everything that an Uzumaki woman looks for. Niji. Maybe I can do that, and even more. Hikari. Really? Niji. Yes, and when I turn 18, I'll ask you out. Hikari. I'll be waiting for that. With Issei. Enko. Wow, those kids already fell in love. Issei. That's because of the pheromones that the girls emit. Enko. Pheromones. Issei. That's right, the Uzumakis were compared to wolves because like them they protected each other as a family and their leaders were always loved because they cared about their followers. Enko. And you, do you also release pheromones? Flirtatious. Issei. Of course my lover. Issei slowly released pheromones that were so strong that Enko couldn't resist and began to kiss Issei. It was a kiss so fierce that they were already exciting the woman. Enko. Folksy, I think I'm already getting the urge for you to possess me, she said with lust. Issei. I'm sorry but we have to go for the exams now, walking to the exit. Enko. Damn, I'm already very excited. I'm after gates of the Forest of Death. All the teams were gathered to begin the next part of the exam. Rin. Very well, we will tell you what the next phase of the exam consists of. Enko. Each team will be given a scroll of fire and water to pass, they must snatch the other scroll from a rival team to have both, when they have them, go to the tower in the center of the forest. Rin. You have 5 days to get there, you are not allowed to kill if it is not necessary, but go with everything, in this forest you will not only have to survive in hardship, but also in the animals that live there, and the multiple traps that are set by me, the most expert in traps in all of Konoha. Enko. So sign this document and we will give you the scroll, handing out papers. Enko-sensei, why should we sign? Enko. So that it's not Konoha's fault that they die. Everyone signed and was given a scroll. Rin. Okay, ready to start. Enko. Approaching Issei, good luck folksy, because after this I won't let you leave my room for more than 2 days. Issei. Take it for granted, giving him a short kiss. The doors opened and everyone ran to go to their destination. Hokage Tower. Minato was reviewing some papers while Kushina was teaching Irie a little Fuinjutsu, who was very smart. Irie. Grandma, do you think my dad will pass those exams? Kushina. Your dad is very strong for sure and he will become a jounin, don't you think so, dear? Minato. That's right, Kushina, Issei and Naruto will have no problems passing the exam. Irie. I miss him already. Minato. Well, you'll see him in 5 days, so don't worry. Irie. "Grandpa, can I borrow your Hokage hat?" Approaching his desk. Minato. "I'm sorry but I can't lend it to you since only the village leader can use it." Irie. "Do you think I can be Hokage?" Kushina. "You can be whatever you want as long as you try hard to do it without anything stopping you hugging her." Irie smiled because at that moment the seed for a great dream had been planted. But Issei 4 hours later. Issei and his girls jumped from tree to tree, they had already fought with 6 other teams taking their scrolls, so now they wanted to go to the tower. But at that moment Issei felt 3 traces of chakra approaching them. Issei. "Girls ready, we have company." Meters ahead a kunai fell in front of them making them stop, then cloud ninjas appeared. GN1. "This will be quick, give us your scroll and you won't be hurt." Issei. "I don't think they are in a position to tell us that since we are 5 against 3. GN2. "That's not important, they're just brats and a spoiled child with airs of grandeur." Issei noticed how Yugito, Fu and Hinata looked at them with hatred for how he spoke to them, and Ki was only serious since the Ichija were like that. Issei. "Girls go for them except Yuki." The girls attended and started fighting. Hinata activated her Byakugan and took out a white kunai, she and the cloud ninja clashed kunais, but the guy did not expect that Hinata would quickly start a Taijutsu fight, where she was of a much higher level, because after a few hits, she had cut off her chakra flow. Yugito sharpened his nails and attacked a poor genin who did nothing and only received the deadly blows that the girl gave him. He made a couple of seals so quickly that it surprised the genin. Fu. Wind ninja art. Poison powder. Fu blew a large cloud of green dust that as soon as the guy breathed it he felt weak and dazed, with a single blow to the back of the neck he fell unconscious. Issei jumped up to join his companions to congratulate them and take their scroll from them. But suddenly he detected a strong chakra not far from them. Issei. "Girls follow me, I think there is nothing good." Yugito. "What's wrong Issei?" Issei. "I feel a very dirty chakra, let's go." The 4 girls jumped to follow Issei who was chasing the trail. But Naruto. Team 7 was collecting the scroll of a team they had defeated. Sasuke. "This was very easy." Shikamaru. "At least there are fewer teams than before." Naruto. "That's right, now we're going to." Naruto stopped when he felt the same trace of chakra. Sasuke. "What happened dope?" Naruto. "I feel something not very good." Shikamaru. "Come on man, that must be dangerous." Naruto. "Yes, let's go." The others started running in the same direction that Team 11 was going. In Konoha village. Enko had been called like Conan to a location. Enko. Arriving, what happened? Ambu. "We found 3 dead bodies of rock genin." Enko. Checking the bodies they removed their faces. Conan. "This has that idiot's name on it." Enko. "You're talking about?" Conan. "Yes, that pedophile Orochimaru." With Team 7 and 11. The 8 had met in the same place. Issei. "Did you feel the same brother?" Naruto. "That's right, but where does it come from?" Then they heard laughter all over the place, everyone took out a kunai to be ready in case they had to fight. "Wow, what do we have here?" Everyone turned to look at a branch where there was a woman, but little by little her face melted, revealing a pale man with reptilian eyes. While this was happening everyone was looking like this. Issei. "You must be Orochimaru, right?" Orochimaru. "Wow, it seems that one of the demon children knows me." Naruto. "We know what you're trying to do and it won't work, so if you don't want us to kick your ass, go away." Orochimaru. "You're very confident, don't you think?" Issei. "What do you want?" Orochimaru. "Your eyes and your body." Issei. Naruto. "You're sick." Orochimaru didn't say anything and just made some summoning seals making a black snake appear. Issei. "Girls, get out of here, hide, I'll look for you later." Naruto. "You guys too, go and find the others." The others just attended and left the place. Issei. "It's time to play," brother activating his Sharingan and taking out the katana that Tenten gave him. Naruto. "I'm ready brother putting on his gloves and taking out a katana." Issei ISO some summoning seals just like Naruto, in an explosion of smoke a black fox with an eye patch and a soft colored snake with green rings appeared, both were the same size as the other snake. The summons launched into a fight while both brothers headed towards Orochimaru, who took out 2 snakes that turned into 2 katanas to cover himself from the attack of both brothers. Orochimaru blocked and attacked both brothers, that made Naruto and Issei jump away. Issei. "Lightning ninja art. Killing current." Naruto. "Water ninja art. Tsunami." A large wave of water appeared surprising the Sannin, but more when he felt how a strong electric current ran through his entire body, leaving him numb. Issei took advantage of this, and with one cut he divided the Sannin in 2 and then stood next to Naruto. Naruto. "Was that all?" Issei. "I don't think so." Orochimaru was reunited due to some snakes that came out of his body after another one came out of his mouth, making it appear that he changed his skin like a snake. Issei. Damn, that's disgusting. Orochimaru turned to look at them and then smiled and walked towards them to start a taijutsu fight where both brothers were overshadowed by the speed of the Sannin, but without realizing it, Naruto put a seal on his arm, with a kick he sent them both far away, causing them to crash into some trees. Issei. Getting up, I told you it was a bad idea to put more weight on the seals. Naruto. Already stopped, I know, but now let's be serious, otherwise we'll die. Issei. Okay. Both made a hand position and a glow appeared on both of their bodies so that after a very fast way they appeared in front of Orochimaru and both hit him in the face, breaking his jaw. Issei kicked him in the back and then made some seals. Issei. What in ninja art? Dangerous roots. Orochimaru. The wood element. The tree roots grew and attacked Orochimaru, piercing him all over his body. Naruto. Wind ninja art. Blade slashing. Naruto launched several gusts of wind that cut Orochimaru, both approached him thinking he was dead, but very quickly Orochimaru tangled himself around Issei and then bit his neck, making him scream in pain. Issei. Rasengan. That attack sent him flying and then Naruto using the Hirishin no Jutsu appeared next to him. Naruto. Fire Rasengan. The Rasengan sent him to the sky and then exploded. Naruto ran to see Issei who was kneeling next to Kurama. Naruto. Are you okay? Issei. No, that bastard put a seal on me that looks like Anko's. Naruto. Can you remove it? Issei. Yes, but I won't do it here. I need to rest. Take me to the girls. Naruto. Okay, bro. In the Hokage tower. Minato looked seriously at Anko, Conan, Rin, Kakashi, Abido, Asuma, Kurenai, Mikoto and Iruka who were in front of him. Minato. Do you think he's here? Abido. It's most likely sensei. Kushina. But what are you looking for here? Mikoto. To my children or maybe yours. Kakashi. Mikoto is right, that pedophile must want the Sharingan. Anko. If that's it, Issei will definitely go for me. Rin. What are we going to do? Minato. My son is strong, but it is still not easy to fight against a Sannin, so I will send some ambus to look for him. Iruka. I will go with them, I must protect my former students. Irie. Dad, please take care. With Naruto and Issei. Naruto took Issei to where he felt the girl's chakra. After a few minutes of running he arrived at a cave where they were hiding. Yugito. What happened to Issei? Naruto. We fought against Orochimaru, but he put a seal on him and it remained like this, taking down Issei. Issei. I'm fine, don't worry, I just need to rest. Hinata. Come rest inside, taking Issei inside the cave. Naruto. I'll go find my companions and my girls. See you later, disappearing in a flash. Fu. Issei, do you need something? Issei. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Ki. We were worried about you. Yugito. We have to make a fire, it's getting dark and we have to stay warm. Ki, I'll help you. Hinata. Looking at Issei's clothes, he broke the vest I gave you. Issei. If this is the one you gave me. Hinata. I thought you gave it to Anko-sensei. Issei. No, that was another vest, this one is special because you gave it to me, smiling. Hinata also smiled and approached him to kiss him. Fu. That's not fair, I want to kiss too. Issei. Okay, kissing her. Yugito. I wanted to. Ki. And it's not that I like you, I just want to know how it feels, blushes. Issei didn't say anything and also kissed them. That night they slept next to Issei while he remembered his past life. Hello, I'm Orochimaru. I almost thought I would die, but it's not that easy, although I must accept that those children are strong, but they won't get rid of me that easily. In the next chapter. Exam Part 3, you have my respect. Chapter 28, Exam Part 3. You have my respect. Issei woke up after sleeping a little uncomfortably since the seal that Orochimaru had placed on him hurt and was only suppressed by Kurama's chakra. He got up and woke up his girls. Issei. Let's go up, we have to get to the tower as soon as possible. Hinata. Shouldn't we have breakfast? Ki. No, if we hurry we'll get there in 1 or 2 hours. Fu. That would be good, I'm hungry. Issei. I'm going too. But before they left, Yugito stood in front of them as he had felt 3 presences. Issei. What's wrong, Yugito? Yugito. Don't you feel them? There are 3 ninjas hiding. Issei. What's wrong with me, Kurama? Kurama. It seems that the seal interferes with your techniques, so be careful. Issei. Get out of there, we know you're close. From the bushes came 5 ninjas, 3 of sound and 2 of the leaf. Issei. So there are traitors in the leaf. NT1. Don't resist, we know you're not well enough to fight us. Issei. You're right, but unfortunately for you I have support, while the 4 girls stood next to him. That doesn't matter, we'll kill them too and take you with us. Issei. Girls go for the traitors and the sound girl, I'll take care of the other two sound ones. The girls attended while Ki activated his Sharingan, Hinata, her Byakugan and chakra surrounded her hands, Yugito took out his claws, but they were blue, Fu took out some chakos. Issei. Fu, do you know how to use them? Fu. Of course, you'll see. You guys take care of those girls addressing the traitors. Tsuchi, go get the one with the chakos. Tsuchi, okay, downcast. Both sides already had their weapons ready and were looking at each other. Issei activated his Sharingan and took out two pointed kunes and threw them, thus starting the battle. With Team 7. Naruto, Shikamaru and Sasuke jumped from tree to tree until they stopped to rest. Sasuke. How long until we arrive? Naruto. It shouldn't be much. Shikamaru. What a pain, I assumed this was going to be easier. Naruto. Don't complain, our team is very strong so it's easy. Sasuke. I'll go to the bathroom soon. Sasuke separated from his friends and walked a few meters. While he was doing what he had to do, he heard them screaming for help, so he went to see what was happening. When he arrived, he saw two ninjas from the Sound Village beating her. You are useless, kicking the face of a red-haired girl. We will kill you and get rid of you, holding hand seals. But before he could launch the jutsu, a kunai pierced his skull, causing him to fall dead, and when the other turned to see who had killed his partner, a fireball burned him. The girl still turned to see him with effort. He got lost in those beautiful red eyes, he felt strange and could only approach her. Sasuke. What did those bastards do to you? They hit me. Sasuke. What is your name? Karen, just Karen. Sasuke. I see, your name is pretty. Karen, thanks. Sasuke. Come, I'll help you, holding his hand. Karen just blushed and accepted the gesture, but when she shook his hand she fainted, but before she fell and hit herself. Sasuke. She's very pretty, I have to take care of her. Sasuke carried Karen and took her to his companions. Naruto. And that girl. Sasuke. Her classmates tried to kill her. Shikamaru. Well, now we must leave for the tower and we will ask him everything. The three of them jumped to start running from tree to tree to reach the tower as soon as possible. With Issei. Issei was on his knees as blood came out of his ears. Issei. Damn, those sound attacks are damaging me too much. Kurama. I'm sorry I can't give you chakra, but I'm using it to keep the seal at bay. Issei. I know, but if this continues they can kill me. Kurama. You will have to use your first trick up your sleeve. Issei. Yes, but remember what would happen to me if I overexploded it. Kurama. Use it and kill them as fast as you can. Issei. Well, I hope nothing bad happens. Zaku, let's finish this. They both raised their arms to give the last attack and take him to Orochimaru, but what they didn't know is that Issei was not defeated yet. From his scroll holder he took out a small one from which he took out a bottle with red pills, swallowed a couple and lowered his head. Zaku. Ninja art of sound. Sonic explosion. But before they launched their attack, Issei showed his eyes where he had activated his eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Issei. Amaterasu. The black fire reached them before the attack was launched and their arms began to burn. What the hell is this? Zaku. My arms are burning. They both tried to put out the fire, but it didn't work and continued to spread. Issei. Don't even bother, that fire will never go out until it consumes its target. Deactivating his Dijutsu, the one who sent them was Orochimaru, right? If he told us that you would be unconscious because of the seal. Issei. Well, I'll wait for them to die, let the commanders creating two clones, wait for them to die, and then get rid of the remains. The clones stood by as the original disappeared in a yellow flash. But the girls. Hinata and Ki faced one of the traitors, but he absorbed the chakra and they were very tired because of that, but they still had a lot to give. Hinata. Ki, if he absorbs chakra he must have a limit, so I'll go take it and give him so much that he'll explode. Ki. Are you sure what you're going to do? Hinata. Trust me. Ki threw several shurikens, causing him to take a step back. Ki approached him and started a taijutsu battle, but he attacked her and began to absorb her chakra, but before he knew it, Hinata was behind him. Hinata. 4 trigrams 32 claps. 2. 4. 8. 16. 32. At the end of hitting him he covered his entire chakra circuit, leaving him lying on the ground. Hinata. We must finish him off. Hinata and Ki took out several explosive seals and stuck them to their bodies. Hinata. Hey Yugito, catch. Yugito hit the guy he was fighting, lifting him into the air. That's where Ki threw the other one and when they both collided, they exploded, creating a cloud from which blood and gore began to rain down. Fu had already defeated Tsuchi, who was now kneeling in front of her. Tsuchi. Finish me off, I have nothing left. Fu. Okay, I'll end your life taking out a kunai. Fu was going to kill her, but before he did, a hand stopped him. Issei. Don't do it, Fu. Fu. But Issei. Issei. She's not fighting, tell me girl, why don't you keep fighting like your companions? Tsuchi. Because I didn't even want to fight, sitting down to hug his knees and hide his face. Issei. What did they do to you? Tsuchi. They forced me to fight. I lived in the village of Mist, but Orochimaru kidnapped me and threatened me that if I didn't obey him, he would kill my parents, crying. Issei. Don't worry anymore, he won't touch your parents, I will help you to be with them, as long as you first don't do anything against the village again. Tsuchi. Are you serious? Issei. Of course, do you accept? Extending his hand. Tsuchi didn't say anything and just accepted Issei's hand, which hit her to knock her unconscious. Issei. Okay, now we have to get to the tower as soon as possible. Ki. Will you take her with us? Pointing to the unconscious girl. Issei. Yes, I don't think he was lying. Hinata. Well, we have to go. The others attended and began to run to the tower. In the Hokage tower. Hinata looked at the village through the office window while Irie drew at a table. Irie. Grandpa, what was my dad like when he was little? Minato. Well, he was very energetic like his mother, he was very smart for his age, he always took care of Naruto, he protected all his friends and other things. Irie. Grandpa, I was looking through the photos and the only ones were of my dad and my uncle with a black-haired man, and the most recent ones were from when we went on vacation. Minato. Crouching down to pet her head, you see Irie, Kushina and I couldn't be with your dad and your uncle when we were kids, that's why Issei wanted to adopt you, so that you could go through what he couldn't. Irie. Then I'm going to give my dad lots of love. Minato. That's it, haha. Minato watched Irie smile and felt sad for not spending Naruto and Issei's childhood by his side. With Issei. He had already arrived at the tower with the girls, when they entered they saw a painting that had something written on it. Fu. What is that? Hinata. Says that. The will of fire lives in all those who try to overcome themselves, because it is useless to have power if nothing is protected. So be like water and overcome everything with effort, and when you least expect it, you will be able to fulfill your dreams because there is no dream too small or impossible. Gee, that sounds. Issei. Yes, like something my dad would say. Yugito. And now what do we do with the scrolls? Taking out the scrolls of fire and water. Issei. Oh, we have to open them. Issei and Yugito opened the scrolls and placed them on the ground, then they shone, and then there was an explosion of smoke from where Anko appeared. Anko. Wow, but my little Genin passed jumping happily. Issei. Yes, with a little effort, but we were able to do it. Anko. I'm glad folksy, hugging him. What happened to that girl? Pointing to the girl who was on Issei's shoulder. Yugito. A lot of things happened, Anko-sensei. Anko. Well then take that girl to a room to rest, take a bath and rest. In 3 days the third phase begins. The 5 of them attended and went to rest. With Naruto. Naruto was looking for somewhere to eat until he came to a room where he saw Haku, who was eating alone. Naruto. Hey Haku. Haku. Naruto. Naruto. I'm glad to see you, how did you get into the exams? Haku. I was put on a provisional team since your dad wanted to see my fighting level, but my team was injured and I was the only one left. Naruto. Wow, but now you're here with me. Haku. Yes, and that makes me happy, smiling. Hours later. Issei was already sleeping after having eaten and seeing that his brother, Team 9, 8 and 10 and even the Uzumaki girls had also arrived. Returning to Issei, the room he was in was very quiet because after his girls fought to see who would sleep with him, they decided that no one would do so, now he was alone. The door of the room was opened by a figure who left something leaning against the wall. On the way to Issei's bed, where he climbed up to crawl on top of Issei, he began to give small kisses on Issei's face. That is what made him start to wake up. When he opened his eyes he was surprised to see that girl there. Issei. Temari. Temari. Hello Issei, I see you're ready. Temari quickly kissed him on the lips. Issei returned the kiss, he loved those vanilla-flavored lips. Temari began to take off the purple blouse she had. Issei. Temari, what? Temari. Kissing him. I want to give myself to you Issei, I want to give you my first time. Issei. But Temari, Temari. I don't mind you having more girls as long as you also give me attention and love. Lemon skipped. The next day. Issei slept hugging Temari, who was still asleep with Issei's member inside her. Issei opened his eyes and found Temari sleeping with her hair down. He remembered when he met her at that time when he was beginning his training. He kissed her forehead and began to caress her dull blonde hair that he loved the softness it had. After a while she woke up and saw him. Issei. Good morning, beautiful. Temari. Good morning. Issei. You sure had energy. Temari. But you like yourself, right? Blushing. Issei. Of course kissing him. What do you think will happen when your brothers find out that we are together? Temari. I'm the oldest so I don't have to answer to them and my dad doesn't care who I'm with. Issei. Well, are we going to have breakfast? Temari. Yes, let's go. Some time later. Anko was going to look for Issei. She went with Naruto and he wasn't there. She went with the girls and he wasn't there either. Finally she went with the Sand brothers and he wasn't there either. So she went to the room that had been given to Issei, knocked on the door and seconds later gave him permission to enter. Anko entered the room and saw Issei writing something on a scroll. Anko. I was looking for you. Foxy hugging him from behind. Issei. I'm sorry, I was studying something. Anko. What is it? Kissing Issei's cheek. Issei. This pointing to his neck. Anko looked in fear at the curse mark that Issei had. She panicked just thinking that Orochimaru would do something to Issei. Anko. Issei, we have to go to the Hokage to help us with this, pulling his arm. Issei. Calm down Anko, nothing will happen. Anko. What do you mean nothing will happen? Do you know what that mark means? I won't let that bastard do anything to you. I won't let them take away the man Issei had silenced Anko with a kiss. Anko began to cry at the thought that Orochimaru could kill Issei or turn him into one of his subjects. Issei. I found a way to destroy the seal or rather use it for my benefit. Anko. What the hell are you talking about? Issei. Walking to close the door. Anko, I'll remove that seal from you, so take off your top clothes. Anko. You're not going to do something perverted to me, are you? Issei. Blushing. Issei. I won't do anything you don't want me to do, so let's start this quickly. Anko nodded and sat in the middle of the room and took off the vest that Issei gave her, the mesh shirt and a small bra. When she was completely naked, Issei began to draw kanji all over the girl's body. She was very blushed. When she finished she made a couple of hand seals. Issei. Fuinjutsu ninja art. Whirlwind seal release. Issei placed the palm of his hand on top of the seal, and all the kanji began to move towards Anko's curse seal. From the seal it shined, and then began to become smaller and disappear. Issei. Ready Anko. Anko. My neck doesn't hurt anymore. Issei. Now you must rest a little since with a broken seal a large part of your chakra was consumed. Anko. Thanks Issei, kissing him. Issei. You're welcome, I'll take mine off now, grabbing a clone. 3 days later. In an area where there was a statue there were 10 teams of genin. The Hokage was in a box at the top of the place. Next to him were Kushina and Irie. In the middle of the field where the fights would take place, a whirlwind of leaves appeared and from it appeared Conan wearing a Jounin ninja suit. Conan. Welcome to the third phase of the exams. Here 1 versus 1 fights will take place. You must attack with everything, but you cannot kill. As the teams are there will be 18 fights, so look at the screen and let's see who goes first. Biba versus Kankuro. Participants stay in the arena and the others go up to the boxes. Biba looked at Kankuro seriously while he looked at him with a smile. Conan. Ready and fight. The winner of the fight was Kankuro, but he left with many injuries. We will skip several fights, so they are like this. Shino versus Cloud Ninja. Shino. Shaoji versus Akane. Akane winner. Shikamaru versus Sound Ninja. Shikamaru winner. Yugito versus Sayori. Yugito winner. Gi versus Suzum. Suzum winner. Haruka versus Waterfall Ninja. Winner Haruka. Aiko versus Cloud Ninja. Aiko wins. Aimi versus Haku. Haku winner. Hikari versus Rock Ninja. Rock Ninja. 2 names were displayed on the screen. Naruto Uzumaki versus Kabuto Yakushi. Conan. The participants went down to the arena and both jumped face to face. Conan. Ready and fight. Kabuto ran towards Naruto with a kunai and started a taijutsu fight, but Naruto reached him and hit him with his technique. Naruto. What a Rasengan. Kabuto was thrown into the wall but quickly got back to his feet and attacked again, but Naruto began to draw seals. Naruto. Rock Ninja art. Headhunter. Kabuto tried to jump, but some hands came out of the ground and pulled him to bury him, leaving only his head. He was going to attack him by throwing a 3-pointed kunai, but Conan deflected it, sending him to the ceiling. Conan. The winner is Naruto Uzumaki. Fu versus Cloud Ninja. Fu winner. Temari versus Waterfall Ninja. Temari winner. Tenten versus Cloud Ninja. Tenten winner. Ara versus Rock Ninja. Rock Ninja winner. Sakura versus Ino. Sakura winner. Sasuke versus Sound Ninja. Sasuke winner. Hinata versus Niji. Conan. Both participants get off. Issei. Good luck Hinata, show him what you're made of. Hinata went down to the sand where Niji was. Niji. Are you sure you can fight me? Hinata. I have become very strong thanks to Issei, and now I will show you getting into battle pose. Niji. Destiny is written and it says that here you will lose. Conan. Ready and fight. Neji and Hinata activated the Byakugan and began to hit each other with their soft fist, both blocking each other's blows non-stop at high speed. Neji was getting angry, so he wanted to try one of his best techniques. Neji. 8 trigram 64 claps. 2. 4. 8. 16. 32. 64. Hinata did not expect that attack and received it full force, falling. Conan. The winner is. Issei. Hinata, get up. Hinata tried to open her eyes but couldn't. Issei, Hinata, do your best. Hinata was desperate because after everything that had happened she did not want to give up. Issei. Hinata, princess, get up and defeat him so we can move forward together. Hinata. Kakuo, help me please. Kakuo. Okay girl, but starting tomorrow you will begin a great training. I don't want my Jinchuriki to be defeated so easily, understood? Hinata. Yes. Hinata began to be surrounded by a powerful deep blue chakra that surprised everyone. Neji could see all that chakra and without realizing it due to the impression Hinata hit him in the face sending him to one of the walls. Even when Neji was inside the wall, Hinata began to hit him repeatedly until he was unconscious. Conan. The winner is Hinata. Conan. The last fight will be Issei vs Lee. Lee jumped into the sand while Issei walked down without any hurry. Conan. Give it your best shot, so get started. Lee. I knew that sooner or later we would face each other, it's a good thing it was early. Issei. I think the same, so come with everything you have, taking his katanas off his back. Lee ran towards Issei and gave him a punch that was stopped by Issei's hand. Issei. Let's go, I said with everything. Lee started to want to kick and punch him, but Issei stopped or dodged them quickly. Issei gave him a strong blow to the abdomen, causing Lee to lose all air, then he hit him again, so that he crashed against the wall. Issei. Fire ninja art. Fireball. The fireball was going to hit Lee, who almost missed and didn't dodge it. He then ran towards Issei, but the latter hit him again, but when he tried to hit his feet, Lee jumped towards the head of the statue that was there. In the box. Everyone saw that Lee was giving Issei a hard time. Kakashi. But what are you teaching that child, guy? He can't mold chakra, that's why he has worked hard to improve his body to become a master in Taijutsu. Enko. I still don't think he can fight my folksy. Do you want to bet? Enko. If Issei finds out that I bet, he'll scold me, but okay, you have a bet of 100,000 ryos. Ayako, Lee, take them off, the time has come. Lee. But Guy-sensei, you told me that you will use it as a last resort. That's right, but it's time for you to use all your power. Lee echoed, taking the weights off his feet. Damari. Do you think that by taking off those small weights you will be able to defeat my Issei? When Lee released the weights they broke the ground, surprising everyone. Kakashi. What the hell? I go red. Lee. Yes, Guy-sensei. Issei didn't see when Lee disappeared in front of him until he received a blow to the face. Issei. It's fast, I'll use it Sharingan. Issei now saw how Lee moved, but he was still very fast, so he used the Hirishin no Jutsu to appear next to him and hit him. Naruto. He put the seal while they were fighting. Lee was surprised when he saw that Issei kept up with him and could beat him. Lee, free your doors. Kakashi. Don't tell me you taught him that. That's right, Kakashi. Assume. How far can you open the door? Until the 5th, just watch. Everyone looked at Lee and Issei. Issei. The inner doors. Read. I will show you my last letter. First door, door of opening. Liberation. Second door, door of energy. Liberation. Third door, door of life. Liberation. Fourth door, door of the wound. Liberation. Fifth door, door of closure. Liberation. Issei watched in surprise as Lee gave off a powerful energy. Read. It's time to show you that effort always beats talent. Lee quickly got behind Issei and kicked him to lift him up. In the air he began to kick him more. When they were very high, the bandages he had on his hand surrounded him and he began to fall spinning. Read primary leaf lotus. When they reached the ground a large cloud of dust rose. Everyone was surprised, but more so when they saw that when the dust dispersed only Lee was there. Issei. That was amazing. Lee turned to see the ceiling where there was a kunai and next to him was Issei. Issei. You are really very good, Lee. Lee. Of course, I have worked hard to obtain my strength, not like you who have the Sharingan and it gives you everything you want. Issei. You're wrong, Lee, I too have worked hard to obtain my strength. If you don't work hard, you will never get anything, was what my mother once told me, so that's why I will always do it to fulfill my dreams. Issei pulled out a tail of Kurama's chakra, shocking Kushina into believing that Issei and Kurama got along, just like when she was his Jinchuriki. Issei jumped into the arena and tried to hit Lee, but he did the same, and both fists collided, blow after blow they gave each other, and shock waves came out of them. Little by little Lee's energy disappeared, so that when Issei hit him he would throw him. Issei approached Lee, who was already very injured, but still tried to walk towards Issei. Issei disappeared the chakra tail and saw how Lee tried to hit him, but he held his hand and spoke. Issei. Lee, you have my respect. Conan. The winner is Issei Uzumaki. Hi, I'm Kiba. I lost, I know, but I was able to show that I am strong, just like Lee was. In the next chapter. Training your inner beasts. Special. It was morning, so Naruto and Issei went down the stairs to go to the kitchen, but when they entered there was no one. Naruto. Do you know where mom is? Issei. No idea, when I woke up I didn't see the girls either. Naruto. The same thing happened to me, now what do we do? Issei. Breakfast at Ichiraku's. Naruto. You read my mind, bro. They both got dressed and went out into the streets. As they walked through the streets it was the same as always, the looks of hatred that were still there, but they, as always, continued not to care. When they arrived at Ichiraku they saw Tucci. Naruto. Hey old man, good morning. Tucci. Good morning kids, what are you doing here so early? Issei. Mom is not at home so we came here to have breakfast. Tucci. That's good, can I serve you the Uzumaki special? Naruto. We would be offended if you didn't do it. Both brothers sat on the benches in front of the man who had welcomed them in his shop for 2 years, feeding them whether they had money or not. When they were served as usual, they ate quickly and asked for another dish. They did this for an hour until they were both full. They left the place, but an Ambu had appeared, telling them that their father was calling them to the tower. Jumping across the roofs they reached the tower and went up to Minato's office. When they opened the door they found their father along with 3 clones. Minato. It's good that you're here already. Naruto. What's wrong, dad? Issei. Yes, earlier today neither mom nor the girls were home. Minato. What happens is that they had other missions just like you will have. Issei. I thought we were on break. Minato. Let's go, the mission will be quick. Issei. Okay, give it to us and we'll do it quickly. Minato. Yesterday some bandits robbed a cart which was carrying 2 very important packages and I need you to recover them. Naruto. We will need a tracking ninja and an assault ninja, that's why he called us. Minato. Yes, with Issei's help they can track down the bandits, and with your help they will recover what they asked for. Throwing a scroll at them, there is all the information they need, they can go. They both jumped out the window to run to the outskirts of the village to begin their mission. Meanwhile, the girls of both brothers were in clothing stores. Yugito. I can't believe they convinced me to come here. Ino. Come on Yugi, it's not that big of a deal. Tamari. Yes, and this will also be like a gift for the kids. Sakura. This is embarrassing. Ten. I'll go to the underwear area. Ino. I'll go with you. I want to show Naruto what I bought. Akane. You girls are very perverted. Yugito. This is said by the girl who tried to grape her boyfriend. Sakura. What did you do? Akane. That was a long time ago, it's not that big of a deal. Please note. If you don't get angry, hex between a couple is very normal. Hinata. Please don't say that in public. Haku. Come on, stop fighting and let's go buy clothes. With Naruto and Issei. The two jumped from branch to branch until they reached their destination. Meters ago they had passed a place where the bandits had attacked. Issei summoned a fox to track the scent of those men. Now they were approaching what must have been their lair. When they arrived they saw that there were 2 guards at the door. Naruto. Brother, there are only bandits, no person with the chakra level of a ninja. Issei. Well, that makes things easy. Naruto. How will we get in? Issei. Through the big door. At the base of the bandits. 2 guards stood in front of the main door, watching while they chatted. B1. I'm tired of being here, it's boring. B2. I know, but it's better than going and risking being caught by one of the great ninjas. B1. You are right about that. Wood ninja art wood dragon. The wooden dragon passed by both men destroying the door. They turned to look at the sky and saw multiple fireballs falling, destroying the base. The Uzumaki brothers appeared entering the base while killing whoever crossed their path. One of them tried to cut Naruto, but with a Rasengan from Issei he died. They continued walking until they reached what looked like a warehouse. From the moment they entered, they saw 2 boxes, one yellow and one red. They took them and left the place. But when they came out a large ball of fire appeared. Reacting, Naruto launched a jet of water that destroyed the attack. They saw 2 ninjas wearing white masks. They launched themselves to attack them, but both couples were even. Naruto took out a 3-pointed kunai similar to his father's and threw it, and immediately dozens of that weapon appeared. What his opponents did not know is that those kunais had the seal of the Hirshin no Jutsu. From one moment to the next a blonde and the Redeed disappeared while those with the masks were looking for them. Without realizing it, a figure emerged from a shadow pulling him by the feet so that he could bury them. Naruto appeared in front of those men. Naruto. I'm sorry, nothing personal. Lightning release. Deadly discharge. An electric shock struck the bodies of the men, killing them. The brothers got together and left the place. In Konoha, both Issei and Naruto sent a clone to the Hokage tower to give the report, but they forgot to give the packages. When they got home they saw it a little strange because it seemed that there was no one there. They climbed the stairs and opened the door just in time for streamers to fall down. All. Happy birthday. They were Minato, Kushina, Mio, Irie, Yugito, Akane, Hinata, Tenten, Fuki, Sakura, Ino, Kuritsushi, Temari, Sasuke, Karen, Haku, Shikamaru, Kiba, Shino, the two teams of Yuzu, Nijigara, Kankuro, Kakashi, Rin, Abido, Conan, Haruka, Anko, Kurenai, Asuma, Hiruzen and other people. Minato. They took a while to come back. Issei. So they sent us on the mission so we wouldn't be in the village. Kushina. That's right, they practically went for their gift, pointing to the boxes they brought. Naruto. I didn't imagine they would do this. Issei. It's the first time we have a surprise party. Kushina. Come on. They walked to a table where there was a chocolate cake decorated with their name and meringue. It had 2 candles, one in the shape of a 1 and a 4, implying their 14th birthday. They blew out the candles. For the rest of the afternoon until midnight they had a great party. Naruto and Issei had an incredible time because it was their first birthday party they had with their entire family. When the girls of both brothers finished they took them to their room. With Issei. Between Temari and Tenten they threw Issei onto the bed. The 8 girls who were in love with Irie stood at the foot of the bed. Issei. Girls. Enko. We haven't given you your gift yet, folksy. Tenten. So we will give it to you now. The 8 girls stripped, revealing the lingerie they were wearing under their clothes. Issei. Girls, this is. But Naruto. His 4 girls were practically on top of him while they undressed him, being almost naked. He saw how his girls took off each other's clothes, exciting the blonde. Haku. It seems like someone is excited. Sakura. I hope we don't disappoint you, Naru. Naruto. Not at all. Ino. Get ready, Naru, because you won't sleep tonight. Naruto, this is. Naruto. Issei. Exciting. App 29 training your beasts you try. Issei was sitting on a tree that was on the patio of the Namika's house. He was reading an orange-covered book called Ichi. He had confiscated it from his father, so he was concentrating on the beautiful reading. The book was perverted, but he tolerated it. In fact, the book was good. Now he knew why his grandfather Hiruzen, Kakashi, Asuma, Anko, his father Minato, and he even saw his teacher Issei read that book. From above he saw Irie and Mio approaching him. Issei. What's wrong? Mine. Mom, I called you so you could accompany us to the Inuzuka complex. Issei. Why? Besides, I'm waiting for the girls to come down so I can train quickly. Hinata. Appearing we will go with you Ice. Issei. But Ki and Temari are missing. Tenten. I'll go look for them and we'll see them there. Let's go Yugito. Yugito. Yes. Issei. Well, tell them that we'll see each other at training camp number 47. By the way, do you think the gift I asked for is ready? Tenten. Sure, you can stop by, we're going, I want to start training. So Issei entered the house and found his mother at the door. Kushina. Come on kids, Tsume called us a few hours ago. Issei. Tsume. Kushina. That is the name of the leader of the Inuzuka clan. Issei. Okay, let's go looking at Mio. Where's Mio's staff? Mine. I left it in my room. Issei. What are you waiting for to go for him? Mine, why should I carry it? Issei. Because it is a weapon that marks you as the future princess of Uzunagakure, so go for it. Mine, okay, I'm coming. Mio quickly climbed up while Issei continued his reading. Kushina. Son, what are you reading? Issei is a book about. As soon as Issei looked at his mother he swore he saw Shinigami behind her. Issei Momo mom. Issei started to run because if his mother caught him he would be dead. Then Naruto started to go down, not really giving a damn, watching his brother run away. Naruto. What's happening? Hinata. Kushina saw Issei reading the Ichi. Naruto. Oh, that book is good even if a little perverted. Kushina. Naruto. Naruto. No mom, wait. Now both brothers were running, but without knowing it a clone of their mother stood in front of them. They wanted to avoid her, but another clone appeared. Now they were both surrounded by clones of their mother. Issei. Brother, I love you. Naruto. Me too bro, I'll see you in the afterlife. A beating later. Now both siblings, Kushina, Mio, Irie and Hinata who was holding hands with Issei. Issei. What a hit, mom gives healing with chakra. Naruto. Don't even say it, it's all your fault. Issei. My fault. Naruto. Yes, for reading that stupid perverted book. Issei. I didn't know that mom would be angry that I read that. Naruto. Well, now you know. Irie continued to see how the villagers looked at her father and her uncle in a bad way. Some even went towards her and her aunt Mio, as well as her grandmother. Irie. Grandma, why don't they look like that? Kushina. Because without some idiots who are afraid of what they don't understand, that's why they try to get rid of it. Irie. So they are afraid of us. Issei. That's how it was, that's how it is, and that's how it will be until they recognize how bad they are. Irie didn't feel good about being looked at in a bad way, so she reached her father and took him by the hand. Issei turned to look at her and smiled. She knew he had done it, even when he had his mask on, because it wasn't the first time he had done it. Her father's smile gave her the courage to continue. Issei. By the way, where are your girls, Naruto? Naruto. They left to train early. I was going to go, but mom asked me to go with her. What about yours? Issei. Also, you already know how they are when they find out who they will face. Naruto. Who is interesting to you? Issei. It would be Gaara, but there is also that girl who defeated Hikari. Naruto. The girl of the rock, what was her name? Hinata. Kuritsushi is the one I'm going to face. Flashback. When Conan had said that the winner was Issei, some doctors entered the arena to take Lee away. When they left, Minato asked them to form up. Minato. I'm happy for all of you who have managed to move on to the next phase, which will be a tournament between you. This event will be in a month, and the other 4 Kages from the great nations will come, as well as the Kage from the Waterfall village, so I hope you give it your all. Conan. To start, you will take a number from this box to write down in the tournament. This is how it is. Vegito vs Kankuro. Gu vs Shino. Naruto vs Akane. Sasuke vs Shikamaru. Gaara vs Aiko. Hinata vs Kuritsushi. Issei vs Haruka. Temari vs Haku. Tenten vs Sakura. Minato. As soon as the first fights take place, the winners will face each other until there are 2 left, who will fight with everything because the winner will be recognized by the 5 great nations, so train until death and let the will of fire grow in you. End of flashback. Hinata. If she is strong enough to defeat one of your students, it will be interesting for me to face her. Issei. I'm with you. By the way, Mom, why are we going to see the Inuzuka? Kushina. Apart from the fact that I wanted to see my old friend, it seems that she wants to meet them. When they advanced a few streets, Anko appeared still wearing Issei's vest. Apparently it would already be part of her attire. Anko. Foxy. Issei. Anko, what's wrong? Anko. I was going to look for you to train with the girls, where are the others? Seeing Hinata. Hinata. They are looking for the others. I am going to accompany Issei. Anko. Can I go? Kushina. Sure, let's go. After walking, they arrived at the Inuzuka complex. They knocked on the large door and an older lady opened it. Kushina. Good morning, we are here from Tsume who called us. Lady. Well, come in. You are at the training camp. A small group walked to where they had been told the leader was. Upon arriving, they saw a woman with wild hair and marks on her cheeks that Issei managed to smell. She was the alpha because she had the strongest smell than the others, and she also had a somewhat peculiar smell. Tsume. You were late coming, Kushina greeting her friend. Kushina. Yes, I'm sorry, I had some problems seeing her children who tensed up remembering the beating their mother gave them. Tsume, but he is the handsome Issei Uzumaki, a perfect alpha male approaching Issei. Issei. It's a pleasure to meet the beautiful Tsume. Inuzuka lowering his mask to kiss the woman's hand. Tsume could smell the pheromones that Issei gave off that made her excited, and being in her mating season did not help. Tsume. I see that you are very chivalrous to be known as one of the most fearsome mercenaries. Issei. And you are too beautiful to be known as the rudest woman in the entire village. Tsume. I love men like you, bringing her face closer to Issei's to take his cheeks. Issei. Unfortunately for you, I am not a one-time man. As soon as you try me you may become addicted taking the woman by the hair. Tsume, do you think it's like that? Issei. Do you want to check? Kushina, there are children present. Tsume. Sorry, I asked them to come so our clans could join forces. Kushina. An alliance. For what? Tsume. The council has been bothering me with the fact that I still haven't found my mate, just like my daughter, except for Kiba who has already found him. Kushina. I'm sorry but the leader of the Uzumaki clan is Issei. Tsume. Then what do you say, Issei? Issei. And what do you want to do? Tsume. I have gathered the strongest men of my clan to face you. Issei. I'm sorry but I refuse to face them. Hi. Inuzuka man, do you think you are so powerful that you can defeat us, brat? Issei. No, but I'm not allowed to fight in front of my daughter unless she's in danger. Tsume. So you reject the alliance? Issei. No, but in my place they will face my sister Mio, who is the future princess of Uzunagakure. Hi2. A brat like her princess sounds stupid. Issei. What do you say, Mio? This will be your first test. Mine? Well, I'm inside. Issei. Well, let's go there. My path until I was in front of the 8 men who were there, each one with his powerful canine companion. Issei. Mom, did you give him the clan summon? Kushina. That's what I signed too, so almost nothing will happen. Issei. If this gets out of control, stop the battle, are you ready? Start. Hi1 Tsuga. That man and his dog began to spin as they went towards Mio, who created 4 clones that took out their glitter chains to stop the attack. As soon as the man stopped spinning with the staff, he gave him a strong blow to the neck that left him unconscious. The next one also made an attack. Hi6 Hi8. Fang over Fang. Now both men attacked while Mio was unfazed because with the help of 2 clones, he created 2 Rasengan, 1 in each hand. Mine. Rasengan. With Mio's attack the men flew away crashing into some trees. Those who remained threw kunes with explosive seals, but Mio repelled them with his staff, and from his weapon, he took out the fan. Mine. Wind Ninja Art. Tornado. Mine began to spin creating a small tornado that began to blow away almost everything, while the few guys left also rose up. Mine. Fire Ninja Art. Flare. The tornado was now covered in fire that burned those men. As soon as he stopped channeling chakra to the jutsu, the burned bodies not dead fell to the ground. Mine jaw pathetic Inyazuka men thought they could against my princess. The little girl laughed like a villain, but without knowing who it came from she received a strong slap that made her fall. As soon as she got out of the little shock she turned to see who had hit her, and that was it. Issei. You better take back what you just said, Mio. Mine. Why? It's true, none of those useless people could face me. Issei. What you are saying and doing will not make you the leader of the Uzumakas. Mine. What? Issei. Uzumaki women have been recognized for their great strength, intelligence, creativity, kindness, nobility, beauty and for their great spirit of protecting their family. The village in which you live is your home, therefore all who live within it are your family, and it is the one you must protect, since that is your obligation. Mine. Why should it be my obligation to protect people who hate me? One of those people even hit me once. Issei. I know what it feels like, but tell me, did they chase you out of all the places you went for food? Taking off his vest, did they throw rotten things at you? Taking off his t-shirt and his plaid shirt, did they hunt you like an animal on your birthday and mark you like a demon? He said to make a couple of hand seals and that his body only gave off a little steam, revealing many large scars on his torso. He turned around revealing his back where he had a mark with the kanji for demon. The women who saw this did not know what to say. Several other members of the Inyazuka clan had already approached and were listening to what Issei was saying, but when they saw that mark, it hurt them to see it. Mine. Brother you. Issei. Even after everything that happened I know that it would not do me any good to hate them. My teacher taught me not to hold a grudge within me. My duty as the guardian of darkness and light is to protect all innocent people, to give them a future full of peace, and if you cannot understand this, I am afraid to tell you that your position as the princess of the Uzumakas is revoked. Taking the baton, the position will pass to the next generation. Tsum accepts the alliance, but we will discuss the terms when my father is present. Now I am leaving, I have important training. Then a flash of red he disappeared along with Hinata and Anko, while Naruto approached Mio. Naruto. What he told you is true, my friend, but even when he gets angry with you, remember that he loves you just like I do. You are our little sister and we want to protect you. Think about what Issei told you and when you want to talk, go to him. He said to give her a kiss on the head. Goodbye little sister. Naruto also disappeared in a yellow flash. Kushina approached Mio to hug her. With Issei. He, along with Hinata and Anko, appeared in the forest of death, meeting Yugito, Tenten, Temari, Fu and Tsuchi. Yugito. It took a while. Hinata. There was a little delay but we are here now. Ki. What happened? Issei. Forget that, we have to start training with. Tenten. What training are you going to give us? Temari. Shut up, Buns Ice was going to say it. Tenten. How did you call me oxygenated? Temari. How did you hear Buns? Tenten. If it will be you. Issei. Shut up, from now on you will not see me as your partner or the man of your life, even if I am, from now on I will give you such tremendous training that at the end of the day you will want to die. Are you ready? All? Yes. Issei. Okay, we'll start with you Yugito, tell me the number of your techniques. Yugito. Until now he has only mastered 3 techniques, the lion's fur, great wave of fire and tear. Issei. That's not enough for you because you are a Jinchuriki, so you will have to create a technique and you must begin to control Matatabi's chakra to be able to fight with him. Yugito. How can I create a technique? Issei. They can create it from their element, but we will see that later. Your dust attacks are very effective, but you will have to improve into jutsu because the chakra is not infinite. Hinata, you must control Kakuo's chakra and create 2 more techniques. Temari, I want you to use wind jutsus without your fan. Then 10 you have to learn elemental jutsus, even when you have small reserves I will help you increase them, and Utsuchi, since you are a new member in the Golden Leaves, I will teach you several techniques, but we will do all this tomorrow, since we will go to Uzunagakure. Tsuchi. Uzunagakure. Yugito. Is the village of whirlpools or better known as the village of the Uzumakas. Tsuchi. I thought that village had disappeared. Issei. And so it was, but my brother and I raised her again. Now I want you to go get your things so we can leave. All? Yes. When everyone had left, Issei walked to a tree, arrived and lay down under it. When he least expected it, he felt someone climb on him. Issei. So you don't want to go with me, Enko? Enko? Of course I want to go, but I also wanted to talk to you. Issei. What's wrong? Enko. Issei, do you see me as one of your women? Issei. Of course, pulling her by the waist, you have always been one of my women and I love you. Enko. Do you really love me, even though I'm no longer pure? Issei. The man who was with you. Enko. I haven't approached him again. Issei. I am willing to erase all those scars, but tell me, Enko, do you really love me? Enko. Of course I love you, I would give my life for you. Issei. Me too, so from now on I will make you a promise that I will keep. I am a slave to your kisses, and I will live for you. After saying that, Enko launched herself at him to give him a big kiss. The next day in Yuzu. All of Issei's girls were ready for their training, which would not be easy at all. To begin, they ran 5 laps around the village, then they had to run on water with a stone on them, while Issei made the water move. It must be said that they all did it in a hurry. Then they had to climb trees while they had a glass of water on their heads, because with their chakra, they had to keep the water inside the glass, but none of them succeeded. Then they had to manifest their elemental chakra without making hand seals, but no one could. They were all depressed about not being able to do their training, but Issei told them not to worry because they had time to do it. With Naruto. Naruto helped train Akane into jutsu, as well as having to learn more ninjutsus. Sakura improved her to jutsu, as well as with the help of Kurenai they taught her genjutsus and made her learn some elemental jutsu. Ino had to improve and increase her physical strength. She also wanted to learn kenjutsu, even though she was terrible she never gave up because she wanted to surpass Sakura. Haku wanted to use ice without hand seals, as well as alter the temperature around him. They all worked hard with one idea. Wanting to defeat the other harem. But Issei and Yuzu. Issei wanted to create his jutsu based on the Rasengan, using his strongest element, which is the fire element, so he wanted to use steam and lava, but every time he wanted to mix them, it burned his hand. Issei. Damn, the heat it gives off is almost unbearable. Kurama. Why don't you use other elements? Issei. How? Kurama. You can use the mud element to make a base so it doesn't burn as much, then add the lava element when you stabilize it, add the steam little by little. Issei. Doing all that while the chakra is spinning is very difficult, but I will do it. The creation of an SSS rank jutsu was about to begin. With Naruto on the leaf. Naruto also wanted to create a jutsu based on the Rasengan with its strongest elements, which were wind and lightning. He wanted to add the typhoon and lightning elements, but when he did, he got the same result because his hand felt as if several knives were cutting it. Naruto. This will be difficult to create. Kurama. You can use the steel element to cover your hand so it doesn't get hurt. Naruto. It's a good idea, but it will be a little difficult but not impossible, let's go. 2 weeks later in Yuzu. Issei had asked Yugito, Fu and Hinata to accompany him to a special place. He took the 3 of them to a lagoon where there was a waterfall. Issei. Listen girls, I'm glad for the progress you've made, the jutsus you now have are A and S rank, so I hope we win the tournament. Yugito. All this is because you help us in everything. Fu. Yes, I'm glad you trained us. Hinata. You'll see that we will win. Issei, well, we are here because you will have to talk to your Bijuu so that you can use your chakra at will. Hyanta. Isn't that dangerous? Issei. Hinata, what you have sealed inside you is a living being, that being must help you because if you become strong she will too. It didn't take long for me and Kurama to get along because we thought the same, that's why I can use his chakra, that's what you have to achieve now. Sit under the waterfall and enter your mental space. The 3 of them took off their clothes until they were in their underwear, they walked on the water to the married woman, there they sat under the calm married woman and concentrated. With Yugito. It was not the first time I was there, it was the same as always, a black space, I walked until I could see a large blue fire tiger. Matatabi. It seems that your little fox is very good, kitten. Yugito. That's right Matatabi, I fell in love with him because of that, now I ask you again, please lend me your power. Matatabi. We already talked about this Yugito, I'm afraid that you'll become like everyone else. Yugito. Come on Matatabi, you have practically raised me, I see you as my mother figure, I will never see you as a weapon, maybe I can ask Issei to teach me that jutsu so you can get out. Matatabi. I don't know, kitten. Bijuu. Come on, raising his fist, I will never betray you, mom. Hearing that, Matatabi was happy, he also raised his paw in the form of a fist and hit it with his daughter's paw. The seal that Matatabi had on his neck loosened, outside Issei was working on the seal that Yugito had on his back so that the chakra of the two tails could manifest without either of them getting hurt. Yugito. Thanks mom. Matatabi. Promise me that you will be very strong. Yugito. You'll see. With Hinata. It was the third time she entered that forest that was her mental space, she walked between the trees until she reached a cave from where she could see how the great five-tailed beast began to come out, on its white neck, it had a large chain that extended across its chest and legs until it reached its tail, a sign that it had the seal of 18 trigrams. Kakuo. I'm glad to see you again Hinata. Hinata. Kakuo said the same thing. Kakuo. I think you came here because you want my power. Hinata. That's me. Kakuo. I'm not going to give it to you brat. Hinata. Why? Kakuo. Because if it weren't for your stupid clan I would still be a single being and I would still be living with Hana, so that's why I won't let you use my power. Hinata. I'm sorry for everything my clan did Bang, I know I won't be able to erase any of my clan's mistakes, but if you help me, I promise to find a way for you to be one again. Kakuo. Are you serious? Hinata. Sure, please. Kakuo had never seen anyone from the Hyuga clan swallow their pride, she was different, he had to help her, with one of his tails he gently touched her head. Kakuo. I hope you keep your promise brat, if not I will kill you myself. Outside Issei put his fingers on the seal that Hinata had on her stomach in order to free her a little. Hinata. I will fulfill it, you'll see. With Fu. The young Jinchuriki did not look well because her Bijuu did not want to talk to her. Fu. Come on Chimay, don't be like that. Jimeni. I already told you that I will not give you my power, throwing a large amount of pink powder. Fu Hinalo, and then a great amount of wind blew away that dust. Fu. Chimay, I am not like the others, I will protect you, now we are in a better village, if you help me we can become recognized by the whole world. Chimay. Let's make a deal. Fu spit it out. Chimay. I'll let you use my chakra, but in exchange I want you to let me out. Fu. I will do that even if you hadn't asked me. Chimay. You are an annoying girl. Outside Issei saw how on the back of the brunette girl the wings that were the symbol of that seal opened. 5 days later. Issei had returned from Yuzu, his girl still had to continue training, and he had to perfect his jutsu. Right now I was returning from a little training with Naruto. Issei. The tournament is getting closer and closer. Naruto. Yes, I want to fight now. Issei. Yes, me too, how about we go to the hot springs? Naruto. Sure. Both brothers walked to the hot springs of the leaf, upon arrival they saw a man with long white hair who had a red cape. Bijuu, what pretty girls. The old man watched women in the baths while he was riding on a tree. Issei. Hey old pervert, get down from there. That. Woman Kaya, pervert. Don't be confused, miss, I'm not a pervert, I'm a super pervert. Naruto tch, how embarrassing. Who are you? Issei. I am Issei Uzumaki Namikaze, and this is Naruto Namikaze Uzumaki. Naruto. Who are you, you old pervert? Listen carefully brats, I am the great sage of the toads, Jiraiya's heartthrob. Minato. Hey guys, here they are. The three of them looked at Minato who had appeared. Minato, ha, hello dad. Jiraiya. Hello Minato. Issei. DD dad. Naruto. Wait, then you are. Jiraiya. Yes, my name is Jiraiya Namikaze. Hi, I'm Anko. So now I know where Issei got his perverted side, although I wonder who his grandmother and Minato-sama's mother are. In the next chapter, a perverted grandfather. Chapter 30, a perverted grandfather. Issei and Naruto looked strangely at that man who claimed to be their grandfather. Issei. So you are our grandfather? Jiraiya. That's right brats, I'm your grandfather. Naruto. But how can that be possible? You're just a pervert. Minato. Come on Naruto, you're not far behind. Your mom told me what happened a few weeks ago. Issei. Well, if that's the case it seems like we already have it in our veins. Jiraiya. That's right, being a pervert has been passed down from generation to generation, so it's normal, but there's only one rule, and that is. Minato. When you commit to a girl you have to be completely faithful to her. Jiraiya. Your partner is the only one you can be a pervert with as long as she agrees. Issei. Wow, that is something to admire. Naruto. But what are you doing here? Jiraiya. Your dad called me because tomorrow there will be clan presentations. Naruto. Introductions. Minato. All the clans as well as their heirs will meet to present themselves to the Kages, who by the way will also arrive tomorrow since the tournament is in 3 days. Issei. Did mom tell you what happened with Mio? Minato. That's right, and since they went to train, she did it too. She spent all day training the Rasengan and the glitter chains. It seems she wants to create a variation of it. Jiraiya. Does the girl already know the Rasengan? Issei. That's right, Orochimaru, we taught him. Naruto. And he almost learned it in just 1 day. Jiraiya. Holy crap, that brat is a genius. Issei. We think the same, that's why I asked mom to help me train her. I'll talk to her later. Minato. And what do we do now? Naruto. I want to get an Icha, mom broke mine. Issei. Yes, me too. Jiraiya. Have you read that book? Naruto. That's right, but mom doesn't like us to read it. Minato. It's to be expected, what do you say, dad? Jiraiya. Children, do you want to meet the author of such works of art? Issei. Of course. Jiraiya. Well, you have it in front of you. Both brothers remained silent as they did not know what to say. At the Ichija's house. Sasuke was in the middle of training with his sister Ki. During the month that was passing, he was training some of his brother's techniques, in addition to improving his Sharingan thanks to his mother, but apparently his sister was stronger than him. Ki. I can't believe you're weaker than your little sister. Sasuke, shut up, Ki. Ki. Don't tell me you get distracted because you're in love. Sasuke. That's none of your business. Ki. Who will be the girl that made you fall in love? Sasuke. Shut up. Ki. Maybe it's that girl you brought home. Sasuke. Don't be stupid, I could never like a brat like that. Sasuke. Sasuke turned to look back, finding Karen watching them from behind a tree. Sasuke. Karen surprised. Ki ups. Karen ran away while Sasuke chased her. They ran for a long time until Karen almost fell down a ravine, only being saved by the Uchiha. Sasuke. You should be more careful. Karen. Sasuke, leave me. Sasuke. Why? Karen. Just leave me alone, I knew I was a nuisance to you, I shouldn't have come with you. Sasuke. Don't say that, Karen, you are very important to me. Karen. Should you? Sasuke. Of course, during these weeks I have felt comfortable being by your side, but the truth is I have never felt this way about another girl, and I don't know how to treat you or behave with you. Karen. Just be yourself, Sasuke, I also like being by your side, hugging him. Sasuke. Karen, do you want to be part of my clan? Karen. Are you proposing to me? Sasuke. Only if you wanted, stroking the red-haired girl's head. Karen. Then I agree to be part of your clan. Blushes. It was already night, the Namiyuzu family was gathered. During the weeks in which Issei and his girls were absent, Kushina had accepted that new girls would stay at her house so that they could all live together. She asked Minato to move to the Uzumaki grounds, and so they did. Now the almost 3-story mansion, 4 super large rooms, 3 guest rooms, 7 bathrooms, a hot springs. An underground library, 2 offices for Minato that would pass to Naruto and Issei's, a large training field, a small pond, 3 underground armories, a large kitchen, a large dining room and a large living room, so that everyone could live together. Now in the house lived on Issei's side Yugito, Hinata, Tenten, Fu, Anko, Kuritsushi, and when they got married also Ki and Temari, on Naruto's side. Akane, Sakura and Ino and Haku, but there were also Minato, Kushina, Mio and Irie. Now they lived in a big loving family. Since they were having dinner and celebrating the big family that they were, Minato allowed them to drink some sake except for Mio and Irie, because they were little. Minato. I'm glad our family has grown so much, and I hope it grows even more when I have several grandchildren. Issei. Come on, dad, that will be in a few years, we are still young. Kushina. Maybe some of her girls would, but some wouldn't have problems like Anko, AM and that Tsunami. Sakura. Which Tsunami? Naru. Smiling creepily. Haku. Don't worry, she's a woman that Naruto met on the wave mission, she's good so there's no problem. Ino. Listen Naruto, we are not against you having more women, but limit yourself, don't be like your brother. Issei, hey, was that an offense? Ino. Maybe. Enko. The blonde is right, folksy, you share your heart a lot. Issei. Come on, don't say it like I'm going everywhere sleeping with any girl. Yugito. And I hope it's not like that, dear. Issei. And it is not, I have only been with 2 women. Tenten Temari. So, and which one besides me? Both girls looked at each other in surprise at what they had both said. Jiraiya. Poor brat, his life has been screwed up all by himself. Temari. I was the first buns. Tenten. You are wrong, oxygenated, I was his first time. Temari. Of course not. Tenten. Of course yes. Temari. Nope. Tenten. That yes. Temari. No way. Tenten. Yes. Issei. Calm girls. Kamari 1010 shut up Issei. Kushina. Calm down girls, Issei is with you because he loves you, otherwise he would never have gotten engaged to you. Enko. Ito he never told us anything. Issei. Mom, you ruined it. Kushina Jojoho I'm sorry son. Yugito. And when were you planning to get engaged to us? Issei. Right after the Chunin tournament, but well, it was going to be a surprise, thanks mom. Kushina. You're welcome son. Irie. Well, since we're done, it would be good if we went to sleep somewhat depressed. Minato. Are you okay, dad? Irie. I only remembered your mother, see you tomorrow, good night walking to his room. Kushina. It seems that she is going to get depressed again. Minato. And how could he not? My mother was the love of his life and remembering her hurts him. Issei. Well then, it's better that we leave too, tomorrow morning we will go buy some dresses for the girls to go to the presentation. Fu. What presentation Ice? Issei. Let's talk in the room. Issei got up, said goodbye to Irie and left with his girls. Naruto did the same to go to sleep. Mio gave his mom and dad a kiss and then went to his new room to sleep with Irie. Minato. This month is going to be very annoying. Kushina. Calm down honey, we'll get over it like always. Minato. I'm glad I fell in love with you Kushina. Kushina. I'm glad that perverted boy fell in love with me. They both kissed and Kushina almost dragged him to her room to show her love physically. Overnight. Issei was sleeping when he got up to get a glass of water. He went down to the kitchen and found Mio sitting. Issei. Why are you still awake? Mine. I was thinking about some things. Issei. Do you want to go for a walk? Mine. Of course. The two brothers went out for a walk through the Uzumaki grounds. As they walked Mio wanted to tell his brother something. Mine, Issei wanted to tell you something. Issei. What thing? Mine. During these weeks while I was training I met Gaara a couple of times and he asked me out for tomorrow. Issei. Did you tell dad? Mine. Yes, and he allowed me, but I'm telling you because I know you're my clan leader and I don't want you to get angry with me again. Issei. Listen, Mio, what happened with the Inuzukas is because I don't want you to be conceited about your power. Mine. If mom explains it to me better and I apologize for that, I know I must be better so I can one day lead the Uzumaki clan. Issei. I know you will be a great leader, but you have to change many things and I will think about Gaara. Mine. Brother. Issei. Come on, my boy, you're still 10 years old. Mine. But it's just a date. Issei. Okay, but you'll take Kopo. Mine. Of course hugging Issei I love you little brother. Issei. I love you too, mine. The next day. In the forest 5 kilometers from Konoha there was a red-haired woman with a beautiful body. She was escorted by a boy with glasses with a sword. May-sama, is it a good idea for us to go to Konoha? May. Of course, if they accept an alliance with us it will be easier for us to defeat Yagura, so don't worry Chijuro. That boy nodded as they continued walking, then they both felt 3 large chakras advancing towards them. Chijuro. May-sama, do you feel that? May. Yes, it seems we have company. On top of a branch 3 figures dressed in black appeared, 2 with white masks and 1 with a black mask. So you are May Terumi, the beautiful leader of the Mist Resistance. May. No man had had the balls to talk to me like that. Let's say I'm something special. May. I see, who are you? Lowering his mask I am Issei Uzumaki Namikaze, deputy leader of the Golden Leaves of Konoha. We were sent by my father the 4th Hokage to find her and take her safely to Konoha. May. You. But you're just a brat, but I still can't deny that you're very attractive. Issei. Thanks but you shouldn't underestimate me because of my age. May. Do you think you are that strong? Issei. Let's say a little. May. Little insolent lava ninja art. Lava jet. The woman spat lava that headed towards them. Water ninja art water dragon. Out of nowhere one of Issei's companions released a large water dragon that cooled the lava. Issei. Well done Hinata, let's leave this May-sama. May idiot ninja art of steam corrosive fog. Now from his mouth he released a large amount of steam that began to melt the surroundings. Issei. It's your turn Fu. Fu. Wind ninja art, clearing. With both hands, Fu launched a stream of wind that cleared the fog. Issei threw himself to the ground, hitting it so that rocks came out of the ground. Issei lava ninja art meteor. The rocks spun at high speed until they ignited into lava and shot out towards the woman, but before they touched her, Chijuro cut them with the sword he had bandaged. Chijuro. If they came to escort us, why do they attack us? Hinata. You attacked first. May. Silly brat. Stop playing already. Irie appeared before May attacked them again. Issei. What's wrong Irojiji? May. Irojiji. Irie. Minato sent me to help them, now stop fighting and let's go, the other cages are about to arrive, and you must be there Issei. Issei. It's okay now miss, would you let me take you safely to Konoha? Extending his hand. May. Damn I want to resist, but he is so attractive, he transmits an aura of power and attraction or by God, he is the perfect man for me I accept, but I hope you are a gentleman. Issei. That's how it will be, my beautiful lady. Issei carried her princess style to the annoyance of Hinata and Fu, so they began to jump to go to the village gates. Hi, I May. Issei is so attractive just thinking about him with me in bed makes me wet I want to eat him. In the next chapter respect for the villages. Chapter 31 Respect for the villages. Issei jumped from branch to branch with May in his arms, the lava woman only watched a boy who faced her without fear, she could feel calm, protected and warm. She did not know why she felt that way, but she liked it and maybe if she asked for an alliance with the village of the leaf and that through it, she would marry that boy who showed that he had pants in battle and if that was the case in war, what would he be like in bed? Issei from afar could see the gates of the village where Minato was with a typical Hokage attire, Kushina, who had a cape where it said she was the Uzukage, along with a hat that had the swirl symbol, Mio, who had a new outfit as she now had a black outfit consisting of shorts above the knees, a white t-shirt with an open leather vest on top. She also had the staff crossed on her back and her hair tied in a high ponytail like her mother. Irie had a black yukata with wine-colored swirl decorations, the symbol of her clan on the back, and 2 low pigtails. Naruto now had the black trench coat that was given to him, earrings in his left ear. The piercing in his lower lip the symbol of the Namikaze clan he had on his chest and the Uzumaki on his shoulders. Naruto's girls had white yukatas and the symbol on their stomach, and of course the girls of Issei had the Golden Leaves uniform, except for Temari and Tenten who had brown yukatas. When he arrived he caught everyone's attention, his girls especially looked at him angrily because he had a girl in his arms. When he put May down immediately the others arrived too, Kushina almost ran towards him to fix her clothes. Kushina. Daughter, look at yourself like you're dirty, your hair is disheveled, your clothes are disheveled, and I told you to take off that mask fixing every detail of her son's presentation. You must give a good presentation to the cages who are about to arrive. Issei. I'm sorry mom, we just had a little problem looking at May. Minato. I hope you all had a good trip, Miss May. May. Of course everything went well, you have nothing to worry about, Hokage Dono. Minato. The Kazekage, the Reikage and the Tsuchikage are about to arrive, as well as the leader of the waterfall village, I hope he will keep us company. May. Of course I would love to accompany them looking at Issei. Time passed while Issei was scolded for carrying May and flirting with her, Naruto was pampered by his girls, and newcomer Gaara courted Mio, while his father watched them seriously from afar. Kushina scolded Minato for trying to intimidate Gaara, and from afar was a girl in a red uniform. From afar, a small caravan could be seen where Minato knew the leaders of the big villages were coming. As soon as they arrived at Minato's side Kushina, Naruto, Issei and Mio stood. The first to get off one of the carts that was part of the caravan was a large man with blonde hair and a mustache. He was dark, muscular and had the Reikage hat behind his head. He was the 4th Reikage, and he was accompanied by another man with black glasses who carried several swords behind him. Minato. It's good that you agreed to come Reikage Dono. I didn't want to come, but my brother Killer Bee also convinced me that an alliance between our villages would be good for us. If the information you sent me is true, we should be careful with them. Minato. That's right, I hope the other cages also accept. I can't guarantee anything, but let's see how this goes. From the other cart came a red-haired brown-haired man wearing a cage robe and a hat with a kanji for wind on it, proving that he was Rasa no Sabaku, the 4th Kazekage. He was accompanied by a jounin who had his mouth covered with bandages. Minato. Welcome to Konoha Kazekage Dono, how was your journey? Rasa. It was nothing, just a little late coming in this wagon, but we're here now. Hello Gaara, Temari, I see you settled in this place seeing her children next to the Uzumaki children they are your children, right Minato? True, I hadn't noticed them, wait they are Issei the Blood Fox and Naruto the Midnight Fox. Issei. I see you're still alive old man As disrespectful as always Issei. Issei. You already know me, I'm glad to meet you Mr. Rasa holding Temari's hand. Rasa. Yes, it's a pleasure. We'll talk about that later pointing to where the boys' hands were joined. Minato. Haha I think our children became fond of each other. Rasa. Yes, sure turning to look away, somewhat angry, something that Temari noticed and released Issei. From the last cart came a short man with white hair, although he is a little bald, he has a red nose, he was wearing a hat with a kanji for earth, showing that he was Inoki, the 3rd Tsuchikage, who was accompanied by a rock jounin. As soon as he saw Issei and Naruto, he made a bad face showing hatred. Inoki. What are you two doing here? Issei. No way, it's that old dwarf again. Naruto. Damn, I thought he died in that attack. Inoki. Minato, why the hell do you have two delinquents from the Rock Village in Konoha? Minato. What is Tsuchikage Dono talking about? Inoki. They are the murderers of my son and my daughter-in-law. When I found them they were next to their bodies, and as soon as they saw me they tried to escape, but I stopped them. Issei. No way, you old dwarf almost killed us. Inoki. Ninja art of dust. Detachment from the primitive world. Issei and Naruto were surrounded by a transparent cube, and then an explosion occurred inside, and when they could see well there was no one there anymore. Kushina. What the hell did you do to my children? Inoki. I just destroyed them molecularly. Or Jijoho, that's what you old dwarf thinks. Inoki felt the sharpness of two blades on his neck, that was Issei's katana and one of Naruto's kunes. Inoki. But how the hell? Kuretsuchi saw how those boys threatened his grandfather and tried to help him. Taking out a kunai he tried to stab the blonde, but before he could harm him, he received a strong blow to his back from Mio, even knocking the wind out of him. The Jounin tried to do something, but couldn't do anything, since Ki had put him in a Jinjutsu. Minato. Children, please behave. Issei. Mr. Inoki, I will tell you the truth of what happened that day. Inoki. And what did you think happened? Naruto. That day, we decided to go to the Rock Village, but on the way we found those people very injured. The only thing they told us was that they had been attacked by ninjas from the Mist Village. When you found us, we were looking for the trail of those who had killed them, but because of you, we no longer knew where they had taken them. So please stop blaming us for something we didn't do. Lowering his weapon just like Issei did. We're supposed to be here to make an alliance, and the first thing you do is attack us. Issei. Let's leave this, gentlemen cages, I apologize for what happened, this got out of control. From another cart came a young man with black hair who was accompanied by two men and had a hat with the kanji of the country of the waterfall, making it known that he was Shibuki, the leader of the village of the waterfall. When Fu saw him, she flew out to hug him because she missed him very much. Shibuki. How have you been, Fu? Fu. Very well, Dad, or I'm sorry. Shibuki. Don't apologize, Fu, I'm glad you see me that way, I'd like you to tell me how it's been going for you here. Fu. Yes, I will tell you everything, but above all, that I am very strong now. Shibuki. That's very good. Minato. Well, how about you all go rest in the hotels I prepared for you, and we'll see each other tonight for the clan introductions. Inoki. Yes, it would be the best seeing his granddaughter getting up. Kuretsuchi, come on, stop making your scenes. Kuretsuchi. Yes, Grandpa, I follow you. Several Ambu appeared and took the leaders to the hotel that Minato had chosen for the leaders to stay at. But Inoki. The old Kage checked his granddaughter's back, which was somewhat injured by the strong blow, which left a mark on her back. Kuretsuchi. Grandpa, do you believe those kids? Inoki. Of course I don't believe them, they killed them, the forensic experts, but you know very well what we must do. I see that you accepted my proposal, old Inoki. Inoki. I hope you keep your promise, Orochimaru. But the Uzumaki family. The girls of that house were preparing for the night because they wanted to be presentable to be able to live up to the promises of the most powerful heirs of that village, since powerful leaders were also going to be present and they had to make a good impression to make their boys and the clans proud. While the boys were downstairs, Naruto was reading a book, Jiraiya was writing a new book, Issei was cleaning his katanas, and Minato was doing chores around the house. Issei. Grandpa, can I ask you something? Jiraiya. You're already doing it. Issei. What was my grandmother like? Minato. Issei. Issei. I'm sorry, I just wanted to know what my grandmother was like, I never knew anything about her. Jiraiya. Okay, how to put it, she was she was a mess, but I loved that mess, even though she never fell in love with me I loved her, she was the only one who stole my heart, she was everything to me, and when she told me she was pregnant with Minato, it was a dream come true, but she never liked having a family with me, I think being a pervert known by almost all the villages wasn't good for her but. Even so that didn't matter to me, that's all I can tell you, kid, shaking Issei's red hair. Minato felt bad, he knew that his father still felt pain about his mother, but nothing could be changed now. Already at night. The clans like the Uzumakas, Namikas, Ichija, Hyuga, Inuzuka, Abiram, Yamanaka, Akamichi, Nara and the no Sabaku all were dressed elegantly, the cages were in a high part while drinking and eating some snacks, everyone was having a good time until Minato caught everyone's attention. Minato. Good evening everyone, you know very well why we are here, and that is for the heirs of the great clans to be presented, will everyone please come in. In front of where the cages stood, Choji, Ino, Shino, Shikamaru, Tamari, Kiba, Hanabi, Ki and Sasuke, Mio, Naruto and Issei. Minato. Well, they are the heirs of the no Sabaku, Nara, Akamichi, Yamanaka, Abiram, Inazuka, Hyuga, Ichija, Namikaze and Uzumaki clans. Inoki. Minato, could you tell me why your 3 sons are presenting themselves as heirs? Minato. Because my son Namikaze is the heir of my clan, Issei is the leader of the Uzumaki clan, and my daughter Mio is the future princess of Uzunagakure. Inoki. How can she be the princess of that village? That's why I and those little idiots rebuilt that village. Everyone turned to see who was the owner of that voice and found ZykxDragon accompanied by 2 girls. Visit my story called The Dragon's Roar if you still don't know who it is. Issei. Sensei, what are you doing here? Issei. I just came to talk to you. Issei. What's wrong? Issei. We have to meet up with the other guardians, so let's go. Minato. Hey buddy, why don't you stay for dinner? Issei. I'm sorry buddy but I'm in a hurry. Inoki. So you're still alive, stupid dragon. Issei. But if it's the old dwarf, how is your village after he almost destroyed it? Inoki. Damn tch. Issei. You better be nicer old man, you know better than to be violent. Inoki. Are you threatening me? Issei. That's right, well let's go Issei. Issei. Yes, but tonight I had to spend it with my girls. Issei. Well, he can only carry 2 girls. Issei's girls, upon hearing that, began to fight, but without realizing it, 2 girls, Hinata and Anko, snuck in so they could leave with Issei. When they realized, they had already left. Yugito. But. Then 10. That. He. Step. In the DXD dimension. Riaz was in a training camp where she would train her new power. Azazel. I see you're adjusting well to your new power, Riaz. Riaz. That's right, I still don't understand how Issei did it. Azazel. Yes, he had a reason to fight, and that was you. Riaz. Yes, I know that, that's why I try so hard. In this, an altered spelling appears. Riaz. What's wrong Graphia? Graphia. The Chaos Brigade is attacking Olympus and they need your help. Riaz. But it's too early for me to fight. Graphia. Yes we know, but it is time for the new bearer of the Red Celestial Dragon to present herself to the factions. Christmas special. It was already night in the village hidden among the leaves. Today was a very special day because it was Christmas and all the families gathered to spend this special day and of course, the Namiyuzu family together with the Ichijas, now Naruto and Issei, walked with several gifts that they would give to their girls because as every good boyfriend should be. Naruto. I don't know why we had to go get Christmas presents. Issei. Don't complain, we still have to make dinner before the girls arrive. Naruto. By the way, do you know where you are, Dad? Issei. He went with Grandpa to get the Christmas tree. Naruto. Okay, let's go, we have to get there quickly. They both arrived at their house running into Minato and Jiraiya decorating the pine tree. Kakashi and Abido were helping to cook the turkey for dinner. Sasuke was putting up the decorations, and as soon as they arrived, they began to do what they had to do. But the girls. Kushina, her friend Makoto, her daughter, her granddaughter and her daughters-in-law as well as Conan, Karen and Rin, were buying clothes so they could wear them at night because it should be special as all Christmases should be, and since it is night they should hurry up. Makoto. How do I look? Showing a red dress. Kushina. You look beautiful, you should take that. Enko. I want to take this one to seduce Ice showing a beautiful red dress with gold details. Hinata. Don't do that Enko, it's late, we should go, the boys should have already finished preparing dinner. Enko. If they are the ones cooking, they must have burned their entire dinner. Conan. That's where you're wrong, Enko. Kushina. That's right, I don't think that way, you. Enko. Why do they say that? Yugito. Something I can be proud of besides his strength is how good Issei is at cooking. Makoto. Now that you mention it, it's true, I once tried Naruto's cooking and it was delicious. Kushina. That's right, they look like their father, even though it hurts me a lot, I can say that Minato is much better in the kitchen than me. Tamari. Without saying anything about how good Issei is in bed. 10-10. I support you on that, Buns. Kushina. Stop talking about my children like that because if that's the case, they got it from their father, she said proudly. Hinata. Let's pay now and stop talking about it please blushes. They all went together to pay for their purchases because they all already had what they were going to wear that night. Outside, while they walked through the streets, they shared the adventures they had lived that year, and everyone was able to come to a conclusion the Uzumaki brothers changed everyone's lives. Now in the Namikaze house. The girls upon entering were amazed because in front of them was one of the best views of their lives, because in addition to the beautiful Christmas decorations, the delicious aroma of the food that was on the table that was also ready to be occupied, the boys were prepared to receive the girls. Naruto and Issei were dressed in black dress pants, black shoes, untucked white shirt. The red tie and their hair, although they tried to arrange it, was a mess. Minato did not have his typical clothing, because now he wore white ambu-type pants, a black shirt with the symbol of his clan, his hair is always disheveled. Kakashi wore black pants, a black shirt with the Konoha symbol on his back, and because of his mask his neck could not be seen. Abido wore a white shirt with a V-shaped collar, red pants and black tennis shoes, a little funny, but he looked good, and his mark next to his face gave him a manly air that was much more in Conan. Karen blushed when she saw Sasuke, because he had black pants and a dress shirt, as well as his shoes and his tie, which was a little loose. His cold gaze froze the heart that was burning in flames of lust. Karen. Wow. Anko. I would like to take Issei to bed right now. Before Anko continued saying her hexful things, she was hit by the other girls because Irie was there and they didn't want her to learn those things because she was very young. 2 hours later the girls had come down showing off their incredible dresses of different colors that greatly highlighted their incredible beauty that stunned the men. Minato. You look beautiful, dear, offering his hand. Kushina. Thank you very much, darling, accepting her hand. I love you, giving her a kiss. Issei. You look very pretty, daughter, hugging Irie. Irie. Thanks dad, you look very handsome. Issei. Smiling, you look amazing, girls trying to hug them all, which he couldn't because there were too many for his arms. Fu. You always know what to say, Ice, hugging him just a little. Naruto. You girls look so hot, I'd make you mine right now. Kushina. Listen, more respect, hitting him on the head. Naruto. I was referring to them, mom. Kushina. That's why. Haku. You are very bold to say that, Naru. Sakura. If you keep being like this, something could happen to you. Ino. That's something very bad, speaking in her ear. Tsuchi. Hey, there are children present, covering Irie's eyes. Rin. I think it's better to have dinner, my baby, are you hungry? They all smiled and took their places at the large table where only Jiraiya was missing, who, even though he wanted to be with them, his memories hurt him too much. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.